everybody. Welcome back to Passions Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the soap opera Passions. I'm your regular host, LeTara, back today with Dr. Eric Vera and Kelly M. All right, welcome back, you two, Eric and Kelly. It's been a while for both of you, but I feel like it's been extra long for you, Eric. It feels like it's been like forever.
It has. I had to get Tabitha Lennox herself to intervene and show up to me at Sardi's for me to get back on the pod. I was like, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. So yeah. I am just so excited to talk about the new ships. We're shipping a lot of people, and now I'm excited to ship Tabitha or Tay. What are we using? Because I'm so ready for this.
Tay.
Yeah, Tabitha or Tay. I don't know.
I think Tay is funny.
Tay. Yeah, I love Tay.
I love them. Kay and Tabitha together. She's the helper.
Yes.
She's the real helper. I'm excited. Kelly, how you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great.
Living a dream. Kelly, I think you're how many hours ahead of us? 5?
Mm-hmm.
5 hours ahead of me and Eric. Well, 5 hours ahead of me, 6 hours ahead of Eric. Because Eric's in Central Time. So we're all in 3 different time zones today, but we're still going to try our best to stay awake and stay on this, watch these episodes this week. We're talking about episodes 6-11, not 6.
I
was like, oh, Hecuba's back.
Y'all, I swear, sometimes I think I have dyscalculia, where you mix up numbers instead of letters. Because, mixing up 6 and 9 makes sense, right?
Yes.
But anyway, we are talking about 9-11 through 9-15 this week. I watched all 5 episodes yesterday on TikTok Live, just like as an experiment, because I was thinking maybe it'll help, move things along for me. Because sometimes doing my homework for Passions can be kind of a drag. Like, I put it off to the last minute, and I'm busy with other things. And I think it was. We'll see if it was a good idea or not today. We'll see if that was.
I got on, but you were ahead of me in your rewatch, so I didn't want to not be true to this specific thing. So I chimed in a little bit. I think I sent you a corn emoji or something. And then
you did. It's corn. Yeah. So I've been going live on TikTok this week.
It is fun. And it was
for like 5 hours. Do you do
about 3 hours basically. Yesterday I went live for about 3 hours. I watched all 5 episodes. I have started watching Passions from the beginning on TikTok. So we are up to episode 14 now. Wow. And I'm gonna, by the time this comes out, will have passed. But basically, on maybe Monday nights when we don't have watch parties, I'll be doing like TikTok Live. We'll see. I'm trying to see.
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard.
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Correct.
So if ever I'm an insomniac, I'll pop on.
Sorry, Kelly. So anyway, before we get into the episodes, I want to give a shout out to all the patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to Muna Shea, Lisa S., Zach, Sid, Sarana, Randall, Hannah, Camelia, Amanda, Jeanette, Eric, Jamie, Fantasia, Sean, S, Larissa, Maria, Lisa A, Jessica Jean, Laura, Karen, Uche, Paige, Casey, Garage, Shawnette, Stephen Winthrop, Daisy, Shane, Kelly C, Taylor Harris Crane, DJ, Kelly M, who's here with us today, Rodo, Lisa R, Acacia, our Almighty Crane, Andrew, Jekyll Hyde, our other Almighty Crane, Michelle, and our newest patron, Kendra. Thank you all so much.
Wow.
Thank you all so much for being patrons. Honey, I want the list to be 10 minutes long. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I want the list to go on and on and on. No, this is great. I'm so glad that the community continues to grow. I'm doing my best. I'm working my hardest. Using up pretty much all my free time doing this. So I appreciate y'all for sticking in there with me and supporting the show. And if anybody out there would like to become a patron, go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast. Sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. Yeah, and with that, on with the show. Really big show.
With the show.
Really big show.
A really big show. All right, y'all. Let's talk about magic. Ooh, we got some real magic this week for real, though. We're gonna talk some about what's going on at Tabitha's house, honey. These people have just taken over Tabitha's house, and it was so funny. Eric sent me a text at the beginning of the week. He was like, am I watching the right episodes? Why is everybody at Tabitha's house?
Yeah, I realized there's whole other podcast coming up before this one. So I was like, why are we all here? And then why do they continue to do this to this lady?
Yeah, no, they all have just like rushed into Tabitha's house and taken over her house. She has like let them have it, because at this point, when we pick up these episodes, she has left them alone in her living room and in her house, and has gone to the basement to talk to the demons.
Yeah,
and so to talk to the boys in the basement. So that's what we pick up this week. We're gonna start with a clip this week because
perfect.
I feel like Tabitha is finally getting a little more screen time. It's been a while since she got some decent screen time. So yeah, I'm excited to see Tabitha with her powers back. So our first clip this week. Yeah, I know you heard the little.
It's one of the boys in the basement. Yeah.
Our first clip this week. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm so excited. Like, what a way to start to return was like it was a montage of Tabitha. So
right. I thought of you.
Yeah, good magic fix to start the podcast.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna.
Also, when I started watching it, I thought I had it at 1 and 1.25 time, and I actually had it at like negative, like 2.5 time, and so like the demons sounded like terrifying. Yeah, they were like it was like so slow, and I was like, wow,
that is so funny.
Also, I just raised my hand, and I don't know.
Going into the settings,
I think you need to lower your hand. So you have to lower your hand for you to go back to your. There you go.
I'm going.
I just do that sometimes. I'm like.
You have your options set up for your emojis for your hand gestures to be predicted by Zoom.
Yeah, I can't turn it off for you.
How do I do that?
You have to go to React, I think, and reaction settings. And then
don't worry about it. If it comes up, it comes up.
Okay.
And then it says use hand gestures to activate reactions. You just turn it off.
Yeah.
But that was funny. You totally did raise your hand.
Yeah, I loved it. Personally,
school is in session.
That's right.
I'm just trying to make sure that I am recording the right, that my recording is going to record correctly. Just because I changed one setting for the watch party the last time, and let me just check this really quickly.
I got, just an aside, I got on like a family Zoom hang, and the picture of Miguel and Zombie Charity was still my background, and I was just like, log on, and I was like, oh gosh.
I had changed my name to Tabitha one time, and I didn't change it back, so I caught it right before I went into a meeting.
Nice.
Tabitha, he, him.
Okay, I think it's fine. And if it's not,
say lovey.
So what?
If it's not, so what? Who cares? All right. Okay, y'all. First clip. Tabitha is asking the boys in the basement for her full powers back, and bragging about things that she has, the pain and suffering that she's caused. So let's see what's going on here this week.
You are a total muck-up, Tabitha.
Look at all the times you failed the dark side. Ow! I melt you, Jimmy! just you and you. I've had loads of success along the way as well. But look at all the havoc I've created just this very day. Sheridan Crane, for example. She's stuck with the wrong Lopez Fitzgerald brother for the rest of her life. That alone warrants the return of my evil powers. And there's Pilar, the long-suffering madre. She's in agony because her son is dying. So, not only have I Luis and Sheridan in pain, but I also have her and the rest of her brood all miserable as well. Doesn't that count for something? And there's Luis and Beth. And Beth's mother knows just how far her scheming daughter will go to snare the super hunk. And then there are the picture-perfect Russells. And the holier-than-thou Bennets. Well, Sam and Grace are an absolute mess. While Kay's revelation about Ivy is going to bring David and Eve down as well. And as if that isn't enough, Eve's very own sister is taking revenge and trying to seduce TC even as we speak. Well, I think I deserve to have my powers returned for all of the misery and mayhem I've caused.
Okay, so, I think it was Maria that brought this up last week. That did Tabitha have anything to do with anything beyond like keeping Sheridan and Luis apart, which was a spell that she cast many lifetimes ago? Like, does she have anything to do with Liz coming back to get back at Eve? No.
Hey, you know what? Take credit.
Yeah, that's what an evil witch would do.
Yeah, just take credit for all the stuff that's going on. I mean, she does grease the wheels every once in a while, but I agree with Maria, like, that the Sheridan lifetime ago curse is still in effect. She is with the wrong brother, and God bless us, may stay with the wrong brother forever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, everything else. I will say, a Tabitha Timmy montage, what a way to start up again. That made me so happy. But she has, I mean, they give her powers back. You want her to do more, and she's just an average lady, like, trying to get shit done. She's a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids, and never stops.
A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops.
Just give her back her powers.
She's a survivor.
Okay, will be her Barbara Jean now. There we go.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she didn't have anything to do with the Eve and Liz stuff. She doesn't really have anything to do with the Ivy and Sam stuff. Like, Kay is exposing it, and Ivy truthfully, Ivy did all the scheming, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. But I agree. Yeah, she's a witch, so she can just take credit for it. She's like, whatever.
And they were getting off on it. The boys were laughing. But I'm like,
she's like, I set the tone. I set the tone, so fine. But yeah, they tell her no. Girl, no. Look at how many times you screwed up. So, and I did. I also really love the Tabby and Tabitha. My God.
I like
Tabitha.
Timmy and Tabitha. Timmy and Tabitha montage. I love that.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, she just goes on to say she's sick and tired of being underappreciated. And they're like, hey, we're not going to give you your powers back. We are going to send you a helper.
Yeah, they say they're going to send her a helper. She says she doesn't want one. She's like, after that crackheads Connie you sent down here, I don't want any more helpers. Like, I don't need it. I'm good. Look, I've done all of these things that I didn't actually do. And so that's going on with her with the boys in the basement. Meanwhile, in her living room, every citizen of Harmony has like taken over and is just like in her house doing whatever they want to do. But actually what's going on is Ivy continues to deny Kay's accusations, because remember last week Kay blew everything sky high. She said that John isn't Grace's son, that David and Ivy are working together to break up Sam and Grace, and that she heard them talking at the park. And so at this point, Ivy is doing what Ivy does, lying.
And very well.
She is the queen of the gaslight.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
insane.
I can't help but be in awe of her and the way that she took hold of this whole situation. And because she did seem worried at first, but I think she at a certain point she realized, oh, I don't have anything to worry about. And later on she says something to the effect of to Eve, to the effect of like, as long as they think you're innocent, they'll think I'm innocent, right? Like, as long as you are above reproach in their minds, then I have nothing to worry about. And basically she uses Eve and the DNA test results. Remember that Eve doctored, or I don't even know if you can use the word doctored. She said that she had to interpret the results. So there was like nothing written on the DNA test saying like, oh yes, Grace is 99%, 99.999 whatever, John's mother. It was, oh, I'm interpreting this to say that Grace is his mother. So
and then somebody like looks at the results and then they're like, we can't decipher this, we're not a doctor. And it was her that lied and just said, yeah, Grace is...
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you get a second opinion? Like, I just wanted them to be like, let's just get another DNA test from a different doctor.
Yeah, the thing is, they trust Eve implicitly.
Because she's every doctor.
It's all in Eve.
You need a sedative, baby.
Any sedative you want done, baby. She'll shoot you up naturally. She's gonna shoot you up. As a matter of fact,
something to quiet your nerves.
there you go.
Yes.
So
It only took you 5 minutes in.
Oh,
and you got it.
Because I have it in my notes. I know we're gonna get another one.
okay. The DNA test. This is the only hitch in Kay exposing everything, is that we did get this DNA test done. Eve, the most wonderful, amazing, you're a wonderful,
Best
amazing friend. Doctor, are you saying, Kay, that your mother's best friend, Dr. Eve Russell, Doctor of the Year, 1999, would doctor the results of a DNA test? Are you saying that she messed up the DNA test results? In fact, she looks at Eve and says, you performed the DNA test yourself, didn't you, Eve? I mean, you're the one who said that John was Grace's biological son. Eve looks guilty as sin. Oh. She looks like she's going to throw up.
I wrote this in my notes. It's like, if we were not living in the world of a soap opera where we can, like, where we're just seeing her candid face, whereas they can see her too, she looks so guilty as well. Like in the real world, we'd all be like, oh, she totally lied. She's a liar.
She looks guilty as sin. She doesn't get any words out. She doesn't say anything, really. She thinks back on Ivy blackmailing her, right?
Yeah.
And so then Ivy says, it's really quite simple, Kay. If you're right, if David and I are trying to tear Sam and Grace apart, if I brought David to town for the sole purpose of portraying your first oh my God.
You're doing great.
You're
doing great, sweetie. Listen, I have a clip. I'm going to just play the clip. I'll let Ivy say it.
Take it to the clip.
Let's take it to the clip, honey, because whatever. Ivy denies things. Let's watch this clip of Ivy.
Masterful.
Doing what Ivy does, honey.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain John's DNA test results, but I know what I know. David and Ivy were in the park talking about destroying your marriage.
Look, Kay, I don't know Mrs. Crane very well, but I do know my father. He would never be a part of anything like this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny boy, but he was, and still is. Hey, look on the bright side. At least you're not my half-brother anymore.
Damn it, Kay!
Calm down, Huck. Kay doesn't know what she's saying. Yes, I do.
Maybe we should get out of here. Let them work this out.
I'm not going anywhere until Kay apologizes for bad-mouthing my father.
Well, you may have a long wait, dear, considering the lengths that Kay has gone to vilify your father and me.
I'll stay here forever, if that's how long it takes to clear my father's name.
Back to the question at hand. If Kay is right, and David and I are guilty, then your mother's oldest and dearest friend must be too. Now, are you really saying that a respected physician would risk her medical license, her entire reputation, to help me? It's just not very logical.
I'm sorry, honey, but I have to agree with Ivy. I know Eve as well as I know myself, and she would never betray us like that.
Well, I'm not accusing Dr. Russell of doing anything. All I'm trying to tell you guys is what I heard in the park.
Look, I'm afraid they're right here. Without Eve's cooperation, there's no way Ivy or David could have fixed John's DNA results.
Dad, you said you believed me.
I do. I'm just saying there's no way that Eve could have been part of this.
How dare you drag me into your mess, Ivy?
Oh, please, did you honestly think I would go down alone without taking you with me? You're my ace in the hole. I can't be guilty if you aren't.
Damn you.
Save your breath. If I were you, I'd be on my way home to check on my husband.
What do you mean by that?
I warned you. I saw the way that Liz woman was looking at GC. I think she shares your taste in men.
I think you should mind your own business, Ivy.
Mind yours, Eve. Or you might just lose that handsome hubby of yours.
She pops another pill.
Yeah, why is she just popping pills?
She's unwell.
And she does the Yui, like Yui.
Yeah.
That's turn away.
You know, like in X-Men, the guy in the wheelchair? I'm like, she like reminded me.
Dr. Xavier, yeah. Listen, first of all, Ivy just turned to Eve and was like, if I fall, you're going down with me. She's the chick sing, you're going down with me, baby, if I fall.
You hit me with a reference I do not know.
Formerly the Dixie Chicks. It's the Chicks.
The Chicks.
She's just and then again, they are the best frenemies in this whole damn series because even in all of this, she's like, that woman is trying to take her man. Like, she's like straight up clocks Liz for who she is and what she's doing, and she's not even part of that storyline.
Right. She's like, you should go home to be with your husband. I'm just trying to help you out, girl. Yeah. I'm just trying to help you out. Me and you are actually on the same page. Don't you understand? You and I are standing on the same thin ice. Go home to be with your husband. Leave this to me. I'm gonna handle this. Which is basically what Eve does, but let's continue. We're not quite there yet, but so
God bless John in all of this.
Yeah.
His acting is so bad. God bless the actor.
You know who he looks like? He looks like if Will from Stranger Things were like a grown person.
Well, he was going for that. What's his face from You Drive Me Crazy and from
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
I love Adrian Grenier. He does not.
No, it's the hair. Man. It's the hair. It's that hairstyle from that time period.
At least he was in 2003.
Yeah.
Or 4.
He was never my man.
I loved him. I loved him. I watched all of Entourage just because he was in it.
Oh.
But Entourage was good.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but I heard good things. Yeah.
It was pretty good. It's a decent watch. It is of its time, as they say.
Much like
damn it, Kay.
Much like Passions, it is of its time.
Johnny boy.
Oh, Johnny boy. Miss Grace ain't your mama. She's not your mama, honey. Bless his little heart. I do, in a way, I definitely feel for him, but he irritates me. He's like so annoying, and he's like being so...
He's so wholesome.
Y'all brought that to my attention in an episode a while back, how childish he's childlike.
He's being such a baby about this, and he's like being so incredibly vocal. Meanwhile, your dad is not defending himself.
Yeah, he's just quiet in the corner. Him and Eve, both that are being accused, are not defending themselves. Ivy at least is on the defense and being like, this is stupid, this makes no sense. That's why Ivy looks believable.
Yeah. There's just no way. As much as I love my parents, right? I don't know. If somebody accused them of something and they didn't say out loud with their mouth that they didn't do it, I might look at them and say, wait a minute, hello?
Yeah.
Are you Did you do this or not? You know, like, why aren't you speaking up for yourself? I'm not going to say I might. I would say, like, why aren't you speaking up for yourself? Say something. Because this is crazy. But I don't know if you did it or not. I don't believe you did it. But I can't say for sure until you tell me. Once you tell the lie, I'm happy to, like, ride along with you. If you're somebody I love, I don't really care if you're lying. Like, like if that's what we're doing, if we're lying, I'm lying with you. If we're telling the truth, I'm telling the truth with you. Either way, I'm rocking with you. I'm sorry, I am. I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, I was gonna say loyal Scorpio.
That's funny. I'm a Leo. I'm the same way.
I'm a Scorpio. Like, it's very loyal. Loyalty means a lot to me. So, anyway, these. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, the DNA test, right?
Damn it, Kay. Ivy is doing the mission. She's like, listen, if this were this, then it would mean that you did this, you did that. So she's talking more about Eve could never do this to your mom. They're best friends.
She really lays that whole like idea of Eve being involved, being like ridiculous. She lays it on very, very thick, right? And this does form a bit of a fracture here because Sam still believes Kay, but he believes that maybe something has gone wrong with the DNA test or something, like that Eve wasn't necessarily involved, but she could have been tricked just like the rest of them were, right?
Yeah. Well, and then her track record, Kay can solve cases, Sam can't. Sam relies on Kay. So if Kay's saying it, it should be the truth. Which is funny again because God bless Kay. She's damned if she do and damned if she don't. She's really telling them the truth and nobody believes her.
Yeah, they like make her out to be like this schizoaffective girl. They're like, oh, she's having hallucinations. Like, what's going on?
Her head.
Yeah, they write it off eventually, but for a while,
also
back and forth. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Sam being a cop, like at one point Grace is like, "Oh, my husband's a cop, so he just needs hard evidence."
Yeah, she did say that.
Yeah, he
so
does.
Weird.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Oh my God.
He needs some hard evidence. Very, very hard, stern,
evidence,
stiff evidence, if you will. Okay, so Sam still believes Kay. He tells Kay, I still believe you, but I have to agree with Ivy that like it would implicate Eve, so we got to figure out a way around that, right? Grace is like 100% no, Kay's lying. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, I think maybe you hurt yourself. You're fine. Like, she 100% has decided, no, I have to agree with Ivy, right? Whatever. She then asks Eve to examine Kay because she's like, she must have bumped her heads even harder than we thought. Like, please examine Kay. Kay is like, I don't need to be examined. I am fine. I'm telling you the truth. But
it's because Ivy knows.
Eve examines her anyway.
Yeah, Ivy knows Eve's style of medicine, and she's hoping she's going to do the thing. She's hoping she's going to give her a sedative or something to quiet her.
Something to quiet her nerves.
Ivy also has some pills she could lend to Kay.
Seriously.
She's popping them like Tic Tacs over there.
Wow. Crazy.
It's like an M&M.
She took like 3 while she was talking to Eve.
She was just like
in front of Eve.
Pill bottles.
Eve didn't
care.
Well, Eve's the one that prescribed them to her.
Have some more. Here's some Flintstone vitamins.
I can't remember when Ivy gets out of the chair.
I
thought she was already out. Like, so when I started watching these episodes, I was like, wait, she's still in the chair?
She's been in the chair for so long.
For like 3 years.
Yeah, and she is massive.
Well, 3 years of
chair.
Of the podcast.
Like, all these years she has been
3 days in Passion's time.
She's been in the wheelchair since Warlock Island, since that whole thing.
Yeah, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
I wanna. Can we impose some Mario Kart music on some clips of her driving? Because I just
I think she should be Bowser.
Well, right now Ivy's got a lot of blue shells.
Wario.
She's just throwing them out. She's just knocking everybody down right now.
This is completely and utterly off topic, but speaking of Mario Kart, so you know the music.
I'm so
you
excited.
know the music.
Yeah.
You know Coconut Mall. That's what I was thinking. Coconut Mall.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I really need to lock in on something and like I have to focus on something, that I will turn on the 10-hour long Coconut Mall on YouTube and just let it play over and over again. And then once my brain like gets fatigued of that, which usually takes like a couple of hours, I'll turn on the Sims 1 like buy mode and build mode music, and I'll listen to that over and over again. But just so y'all know, I don't know, I just want to let y'all, you brought it up, but it helps me lock in.
It's like an Adderall kind of.
It is like, because it's just like, it's really fast and high paced, but there's no words, there's nothing to really focus on. I know how the song goes, and I don't know, it stimulates me enough to be able to like do the task that I don't want to do. So anyway, if you need a little ADHD help today, give that a try. Okay.
That's what they need to play for Kay. Then she can be relaxing a little bit.
I think that Kay should not have doubled down on Tabitha. That's like, she probably could have worn them down, but then she's like, I'm not crazy, and Tabitha's a witch. I'm like, oh, God.
So let's keep going chronologically here. So where are we?
Basically, she does first of all, David and Eve need a support group. I can tell you that.
They are a support group.
Yeah, they do. They commiserate with one another. She basically, Eve says something along the lines that she feels like she's going to need to go tell TC everything. She's like, if I do this, then that's kind of where they have this little conversation. Well, Ivy is saying that she's obviously got a concussion. You need to go get Eve to examine her.
Yeah, so Eve goes to examine Kay, who's like resistant to it, but she goes to examine Kay. Ivy and David have a little conversation. Ivy goes, spoiled brat, almost succeeded in destroying my life. And David says, Kay isn't doing anything but telling the truth. You want to be angry with someone? Why don't you take a look in the mirror? Whose side are you on, David? She says. And basically he says, all your lies and manipulations are catching up to you. Of course, this does not faze Ivy. She's like, spare me, she says, spare me your pitiful attempt at a conscience. So, you know, she doesn't care. Meanwhile, Eve checks out Kay. She comes back and says, Kay's fine from what I can tell, but aside from the like bump on her head, she's fine. I just want to make sure she comes by the hospital tomorrow so I can give her a full checkup for her and the baby. And then Grace says to Eve, you know, Eve, I'm so glad that you're Kay's doctor. Maybe she'll talk to you. You're such a wonderful doctor. You're such a wonderful physician, and you're such a wonderful friend, blah, blah, blah. At a certain point, again, the whole time, Eve looks like she's going to be sick. She looks very guilty. She looks like she's going to cry. And she says to Grace, I appreciate your confidence, Grace, but you know, there are plenty of other skilled OBGYNs at the hospital to take care of Kay, in case, you know, I wasn't available for some reason. And basically, she's kind of laying the groundwork for I might lose my license, because once it comes out that she tampered with that test, she likely would lose her ability to practice. But Grace doesn't take it serious. She's like, "What? You going on vacation? When are you going? Where are you and TC going?" She's like, "Just in case of emergencies, Grace. Like." Maybe she might need somebody else to take care of her. It's just interesting to me, the wording here, that there's other skilled OBGYN. So I know we make this joke and talk about it all the time, but it's just so funny to me that Eve really is like every doctor. She's like, I'm an OBGYN, but I'm also a psychiatrist, but I'm also the coroner, but I'm all, you know what I mean? But I also am doing all of this shit.
We'll give you a lie detector test.
Yes, a lie detector is what I wanted to say.
Yeah. And I'm also dealing with Antonio's neurological problems. So she's also an emergency room doctor. She's every doctor. She's every doctor in this town. But anyway, Sam questions Eve a little bit about like, hey, Eve, is there a possibility that someone might have tampered with this test? Is there like maybe somewhere along the way before you got a hold of it, it got switched around, something? Eve doesn't get to answer because Grace gives him an attitude. Grace is like, are you saying you don't believe Eve now? He's like, that's not what I said. I was asking her if there's anything, like, I was doing my job. Actually, for once, Sam was doing his job and asking the right questions, right? And Grace wouldn't even let him do that. She's so annoying. So that effectively derails that entire like line of questioning, that entire situation. Eve then gets ready to leave, but before she goes, she tells Ivy that she's going home to tell TC the truth.
I know. I was like, don't tell her your plan. Just go do it.
Well, Ivy didn't give a shit.
Yeah, Ivy really. She's like, yeah, go for it.
Ivy didn't give a shit, and frankly, neither did I. Cause bitch, you're not about to tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, she never does.
Like, no, Ivy didn't give a shit because Ivy
wish she
knew.
would.
Here's the thing. Ivy knows, like we've just talked about a little bit ago, that the two of them are basically frenemies.
Yeah.
I think Ivy knows Eve better than Eve really understands that she does, right? Like, I think Ivy understands Eve on a very... cellular's not. The cellular's a little too far, but I think she understands. Yeah.
On a soul intrinsic level.
It was a little far. I think she does know Eve on a very like her what her core is. Like, I think she understands what her core values are, right? And I think Eve thinks she knows what her core values are, but she displays a certain kind of core values, but she will act differently according to the situation, right? Like,
in a different
world. If her core value really was honesty, she would have been honest about her whole past by now. But that's not her core value. Her core value is protect my secret at all costs, which is the same as Ivy's. And so Ivy knows that she's not going to go home and tell her husband. She's going to act like she's going to, because she likes to put on this act like she's such a goody two-shoes when she's actually just as bad as Ivy is in a lot of ways.
In a different world, they're best friends. I mean, like, and better friends than Grace and Eve. They would be way better friends.
Yeah. In a different world, they are as close as Teresa and Whitney are. You know? They really are. And I could see them getting into so much stuff. And they're so beautiful. Like, I don't know, just a show about, a fan fiction about Eve and Ivy when they're young, you know, out on the town, hanging out. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. These two. No, a fan fiction about Eve and Ivy, like, now, like, as baddies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like that was
City. Sex and Harmony.
City girls. Yes.
Yeah. Sex and Harmony.
Couple of city girls. Because that's what they basically are. So anyway.
Girl, it's Friday night.
Friday night. Just got paid. I'm singing a lot this week. I feel like I haven't sung a lot on the podcast recently.
Kelly and I are your muses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew being on the podcast with you two, I'd get some good musical theater references. So I'm just waiting for it.
Thank you. Eric, you know what it is? Eric, like, will drop the little thing and then I'll pick it up and be like, yeah, let's sing.
I do love them.
And so Eve says she's going to go home and tell her husband everything and tell him the truth about the whole situation. Of course, like I said, Ivy really doesn't give a shit. And neither did I, frankly. I think I was watching this on live and I was like, yo, whatever. I think I might have played the lie detector determined.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I think I might have played that on the live because I just knew it was a lie. You're not going home to tell TC shit.
Well, no one does in Passions. They're like, I'm going to confess this thing. It'll take me 3 months.
It's so it's so irritating. Although this time, like, Kay actually told the truth about this thing, but now what's Passions doing? They're gonna roll it back, right? Which is very irritating. So we're about to watch Kay continue to tell the truth. I wrote, Kay continues to insist she's telling the truth, and Grace has chosen to believe Ivy, of all people. At no point did David deny anything. And then Kay claims that Tabitha is a witch. So this is actually this is actually a total of 4 clips. We'll go one by one. So it was just the way that it was broken up this week, and I didn't have time to consolidate the clips like I normally do. So it's just a total of 4 clips.
That's cool.
All right, let's see what we got going on.
Even now, she loves John more than she loves me.
Let it go for now, okay?
Dad, how can I let it go? My own mother won't believe me when I'm telling the truth.
Well, I wouldn't take it personally, Kay. It's just hard to buy what you're saying when the DNA tests prove otherwise.
You think I'm going to back down on this, Mrs. Crane? Well, I'm not. See, I'm not afraid of you. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure you don't hurt my father.
Oh. What about your mother?
Well, it's obvious she doesn't care about me, so why should I give a damn about her?
Kay.
Kay, what do I have to do to prove to you that I love you?
It's too late.
You know what? Start by answering the question that Dad asked you earlier.
I don't remember exactly.
He asked you if maybe you were having a hard time believing me because it's just too hard for you to swallow I may be actually telling the truth.
No, I know that John is my son.
I don't think this is about John. Maybe you're just upset that David's a fake because you'd rather be married to him than to Dad.
That is a terrible thing to say.
Well, it's music to my ears.
Okay, so let's stop there and talk about that clip real quick. I loved Kay v. Ivy, right?
Yeah.
Like her staring Ivy in the eyes saying, I'm not lying, you are. And I'm not going to let you hurt my father. And when she was honest, I mean, that's how you know Kay's being honest, right? Is that when Ivy was like, well, you said your father, but what about your mother? Ivy was like, she doesn't get, not Ivy, Kay was like, she doesn't give a damn about me. Why should I give a damn about her? That's honesty. That's her honesty. That's how she's feeling, right?
Yeah.
So, like, she didn't try to cover it up. She didn't try to sugarcoat it. Yeah.
For me, just for Kay, this 18-year-old, to just go up to the final boss, Ivy Crane, that is impressive. And like, look at her and be like, I'm not scared of you, because so many other people are. I mean, Eve is trembling in her boots over there, like she's, and Kay's like, come on, come at me, I don't care.
On some level, though, I do think Kay's not smart enough to be scared in a way. Like she doesn't know enough. Not that she's not smart enough, but that she doesn't know enough.
That Ivy could get your drink.
Yeah.
She could sedate you with a drink thing that she could murder you.
You really don't want her on your.
Yeah.
You really don't want to be on her bad side.
What was the woman that she did murder?
The woman she murdered?
Was that Eve? Did Eve kill the singer in the nightclub? Crystal, Who killed Crystal?
The Crystal got mistaken for Sheridan. Somebody was trying to kill Sheridan. It was one of those French cartel dudes. I think his name was Larry or Lenny or something like that. He had been hired by the French cartel to try to kill Sheridan, but he just saw a blonde woman and shot her.
And Crystal's still an unsolved mystery. Robert Stack talked about her the other day.
What? Yeah. Well, Sam never solved that. He said, well, she was into drugs, so she deserved it, basically. They were like,
He's so close.
Patchen's the morality police.
That's basically what happened.
Dead.
This lady, Ivy got she said, I need a bunch of cocaine. She called her drug dealer.
Yes.
Got a bunch of cocaine, planted it in, like, on Crystal's stuff somehow, or she planted it in, like, the evidence box in the police station.
The nightclub. Oh.
No, she went to the police station with a bunch of cocaine and planted the cocaine in an evidence box. That is what she did. And so then when they were going through the evidence, they were like, oh my gosh, there's a bunch of cocaine here.
This is amazing.
She must have been into drugs. It must have been a drug deal going bad. Case closed. It's like, but we still haven't found the person who shot her. Just because she was into drugs, according to you, does not mean that her murder deserves to go unsolved. Like, you still got a murderer on the loose in Harmony. So whatever. Yeah, that was a good clip. We're going on to the next clip. Okay, continuing.
All I know is that the Cranes have more than enough money to fake a stupid test at the hospital or hire someone to come into town and play like he's Mom's husband.
Sure do.
That's quite a stretch, don't you think? I mean, please, I would never go to such lengths.
You've been awfully quiet throughout all this, David. And frankly, you look guilty as hell.
Sam.
I can see it in his eyes. Just like I saw the truth in Kay's eyes.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Tell everyone here, you were never married to Grace, were you? Huh?
Admit it! Leave him alone! Kay, I am begging you. You can stop all this right now simply by telling the truth.
I am telling the truth, John. Your father and Mrs. Crane are trying to break apart my parents' marriage, and I know that. Just like I know Tabitha's a witch. Ah! That's right.
Tabitha's like, now why am I in this?
Levitating right here in this very room, and she had butterflies coming out of her ears.
Well, she ruined it.
Terrible.
She ruined
Butterfly
it.
in the sky. I can fly twice as high.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. I can be anything.
Suck my dick.
Okay.
Y'all ever seen the DMX version? Y'all never seen the DMX version?
No.
Oh, God. Okay.
You about to get me too'd.
Oh my God. I was like...
You need to hear the DMX version. It's so good.
I don't know. That was a great.
There's so many rainbow remixes.
That was so aggressive. I was really feeling it when you said that.
Oh God, my friends are gonna love this. They're gonna clip this.
Oh my gosh.
So he calls Tabitha a witch, which she should have just held back. I don't know why she did that.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know why.
Well, I think it's because she's like young and just like getting like spewing truth, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, she's like she doesn't know enough. And you know what? I will go back and say she's not smart enough not to say it. That I'm gonna go back to that and say actually she's just not smart enough.
It's and it's the writer's device to be able to keep this storyline going.
Yeah, this was just the narrative to so that we can keep doing this stupid storyline that we've been doing for years at this point. We've been doing it for years at this point. I'm ready to let it go. Let it go, Elsa. Let it go.
And it is cool. I love how Tabitha looks so nonchalant. She doesn't care. She's just like relaxing, like, oh, how cute. It's just like, look, she really hit her head.
Well, let's see what Tabitha has to say, because I have 2 Tabitha's a Witch clips. So let's see. Oh, boy.
Hey, honey, what are you talking about?
I saw David and Ivy in cahoots just as clearly as I saw Tabitha practicing witchcraft.
Sure you did, Kay.
I know what I saw. And there was a book she was reading too. It was right there on the floor. It had the word witch in the title.
Nobody saw her do that.
She must have taken it with her into the kitchen when she went.
Yes, of course she did. Yes, Tabitha's a witch, and David and I are plotting an evil scheme to break up your parents' marriage. I think Kay must have really hit her head.
Don't look at me like that, all right? I know what I saw. Tabitha's a witch. It's true.
Okay, so
God,
obviously
so
everybody
good.
thinks she's crazy, right? Like, which of course they do. But Kay makes some good points. So we're gonna get into the last clip of Tabitha's a Witch. But Kay makes some good points, and then we'll talk about it. But actually, we can talk about this clip too before we. John, I'll let him have that one. That one was funny. Sure she is, Kay. Like, I'll let him have that one. That was funny. Ivy takes it to another level. Like, oh, yes. Tabitha's a witch, and David and I are
plotting to break up your parents' marriage.
Yes.
Maybe she did hit her head a little too.
Maybe we should get her some more.
Antagonizing.
She's like ready to call the people with the straight jacket for her.
They're coming to take me away, haha.
All right, Tabitha's a witch. I think this is the last part of this.
Okay, guys, don't look at me like I'm crazy, all right? Tabitha is a witch. I saw her. She was being witchy before you got here. Kay,
How can what you're saying possibly be true?
If our house can get sucked into hell by demons, then Tabitha can be a witch.
Do you honestly
Exactly.
think that Tabitha would let you accuse her of these things if she was a witch? Okay, no, she would turn you into a toad or a worm or something to keep you quiet.
I think Ivy's right. You must have hit your head harder than you imagined when you fell in the snow. You imagined Tabitha being witchy, the same way you imagined you heard Ivy and David plotting to come between your mother and me.
No! I didn't imagine it. Guys, Reese has been telling us for years that Tabitha's a witch. Well, it just turns out he's right, okay?
Reese changed his mind, Kay. You know, he realized that somebody like Tabitha and just the way she loved Timmy, she couldn't possibly be an evil witch, so he apologized, didn't he?
Yes, yes. I must say Ross was most humble and eloquent in admitting the error of his ways.
Reese was wrong to admit he was wrong. Tabitha is a witch.
Really, Kay? I think it's most unkind of you to go around calling women of a certain maturity witches, especially since I was nice enough to lend you my sleeping bag.
Oh.
Well, I am not the brilliant doctor that Eve is, but I think the rising egg on Kay's forehead could be the reason that she's saying these ridiculous, not to mention hurtful things. I mean, we know Kay. Kay's a sweet girl. She's far too sweet to call a defenseless older woman a witch or accuse David and me of plotting against you. Poor Kay. I think she might be hallucinating.
Okay. All right. That's what's going on over at Tabitha's house.
You know, I'm always going to be happy whenever Tabitha insists on calling Reese Ross. Like,
hilarious.
Is he still in the show?
Yes. We just haven't seen him in a while. I did see a
seasons.
Clip. It's not been too long because
the last time I remember seeing him is when he did apologize to Tabitha after all that time, and then Crack Connie stole the car.
Yeah, and then
stole his car.
Oh, yeah.
Together, yeah. So
he might have been on more before that, but I don't have it memorized. Like, okay, please feel free to take out that suck my dick thing because I thought that
it was
everyone.
hilarious.
Oh my God!
Hold on, but now I'm like,
stays.
oh, now I need you to hear it.
It stays.
Obviously, everybody thinks Kay is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I guess you would too think it was crazy because it does seem crazy. But I like that Kay is like, well, if our house can get dragged to hell, why can't Tabitha be a witch?
Fair. Valid. If walls can bleed, why can't Tabitha be a witch?
All the crazy shit in Harmony that has happened over the years. Why are they the epicenter of all this shit? Like, it's not too far-fetched.
Yeah. So
if Charity can be in a block of ice, then
yes, there was a zombie Charity. Like,
yeah,
she's constantly having like these weird premonitions. The way they even found Kay was because they followed Charity, who was in a trance, to Tabitha's house. Talking about have to save Kay. That's how they found.
And
that's
Grace
how they found Kay.
Grace and her angel girl or whatever.
Yeah, Grace was levitating. That angel was talking to her. Like, and they believe that Kay got pregnant through evil means. That evil had something to do with it. So why can't Tabitha be a witch? They believe that Miguel was possessed by the devil.
Well, and that's the other thing too. But then I would also, if I were Charity and I was smart, I'd be like, actually, now it makes sense that Miguel made love to you thinking it was me. Like,
Charity's not even paying attention. I was thinking about this. Charity, the actress who was playing Charity, this is the easiest check she ever made, I feel like.
She like did this at one point, like when Tabitha was like, why would you say that? She was like,
Yeah,
like she literally made that face. I was like, what?
Yeah, she did. I saw that too. She did put her hand on Tabitha's back. She did.
Because even when she was like in the ice block, even when she was in like the ice block, it was like, I'm sure that was like annoying to have to be in that ice block if that was how they had her. I don't know how they did that.
I did send you the Debbie Downer noise for future use.
You did. It's similar to the
I disagree.
Yes, it's very much the Debbie Downer noise.
So anyway, what's her name? Yeah, Charity. I feel like this probably was the easiest check she ever made on Passions. She's just standing there, and good for her. Great. I appreciate her being there silent.
Just a question: where is the B&B? Did that go to hell too?
No.
Only that sounded so funny. Only on Google reviews it went to hell.
Oh yeah, on Yelp. It's in
Yelp. Yes.
Yeah.
Jessica runs a tight ship over there.
No. The B&B we are meant to believe is like next door, right, to their house. But yeah, no, it didn't get dragged to hell as far as I know, because when they were still rebuilding their house, well, hell, ain't that where John and this
that's where
David are staying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, why can't Kay just be there?
I feel like it's always booked.
It's booked up.
That John and David have been there forever, just taking up rooms.
Ethan should be there.
Their bill's going to be the size.
I think Hank might still be living there too.
Oh, Hank.
Yeah, because he's still in town, and when he came back to town, he was staying at the B&B. So, and they have not changed that. I mean, I can only assume he maybe got his own apartment, but I don't even know if he had a job. You know, what does Hank even do?
Doesn't he work for the FBI?
I don't know. They had him be. He was an informant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's paid work. I think he was an informant because they were going to take him to jail.
Doesn't he become a police officer at one point?
Because he was on like their wanted list. He was on like
yeah.
He does eventually become a police officer,
but he's not training yet.
As far as I know, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Don't you have to become like a police officer or like a fireman within a certain age range?
I have no clue.
He's not capped out?
No, because he's not old. I think he could still be a police officer. Because, like, Sam's what, like 40?
Bad choice of words, actually.
Huh?
Nothing. It's okay.
I don't know.
I said, no, we won't go there. Because politically what's happening.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Girl, okay. What's going on here? Where are we?
Sorry, I think our rainbow thing really screwed us up.
We are talking about Kay basically losing credibility and being like, Tabitha's not a witch. I thought it was kind of weird how she was like, well, Reese decided that like Tabitha wasn't a witch because she loved Timmy. I'm like, wait, can witches not love people? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, but also, of a good witch.
Explain Timmy. Like, for years she walked around with this doll, and then she just one day was like, yeah, I made it to look like my nephew, and now he's a real person, and I'd never mentioned that before. Mm-hmm. There's so many. I mean, we've seen Tabitha eating grass outside the house. Like, we've seen her do all this weird shit. It's so easy to be able to do this. But with that said, Tabitha and Ivy team up, which is so much fun to watch them both gaslight Kay, because Tabitha says, oh yes, I was flying around my house on a broom, and then Ivy goes, yes, your next door neighbor practices black magic when she isn't baking cookies. It's so fun to watch them being like work together, and because they both need Kay to shut up.
Yeah, right, because Kay is telling the truth about both of them, and so of course Ivy doesn't believe that Tabitha's a witch. She's like this is an easy out for me. But
I gave her exactly the ammunition she needed to debunk all this stuff.
Yeah, so but Kay continues to insist she's telling the truth. Tabitha's like, well, you have no proof, right? Like, where's your proof? And we go round and round.
Where's your hard evidence?
Yeah, where is your stiff evidence? But we go round and round in circles over this for a while. Eventually, though, Grace apologizes to David and says, like, I'm sorry that I even believed for even a moment that you could have been involved in this thing that my daughter said you did, right? Which was annoying because, girl, you do not know this man. I'm so irritated with Grace. She keeps talking about how great David is and how he could never do something like this. How the hell would you know? You don't know him.
But he knows her because she loves grapefruit juice and she puts honey in her tea.
He has still told her nothing about her past. Nothing. Yeah. They have not had a single conversation about when they were married, and what he knew about her, like what she was going to school for, because apparently she was going to school in Boston. Like, they haven't had any conversations, and yet she trusts this man implicitly. She completely trusts him. But
on a cellular level.
On a cellular level. I can actually use that one here. She really does trust him like that.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, she apologizes to him, and then she's like, Sam... Sam apologizes to Ivy. He says to Ivy, well, I'm sorry, Ivy, that it seems that my daughter's imagination ran away with her. I don't have the exact quote, but basically he apologizes to Ivy. And then Grace insists that Sam apologize to David, which he does without a problem. He says, you know what? I apologize, David. But then he looks at Grace and says, Grace, don't you need to apologize to Ivy? Oh, she had a problem with that.
Yeah, she did not want to.
Yeah, she very begrudgingly apologizes to Ivy, but she does.
I'm happy that she had to, because I'm tired of this, like, Sam, suck David's dick. Like, there's a lot of dick in this episode, I apologize. But, like, she always does that, and it's really annoying. I would be I would have been fed up with it a long time ago. Like, you're letting this man come into our lives way too much.
She has effectively cuckolded Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has. Sure. She has. So, yeah, I was glad that he made her apologize to Ivy. Because, if I have to apologize to David, you need to apologize to Ivy. Shit.
In the middle of all this, a little bit before, a little after, Tabitha hiccups some butterflies again. Kay's like, look, there's proof, which Tabitha catches it and hides the butterflies, or at least one of them, but they can't find anything. To which Tabitha says, oh, you poor thing, as if getting knocked up by your cousin's fiance wasn't enough. Now you've gotten knocked in the noggin and imagining things.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Knocked up by your cousin's fiance.
That's what happened.
Wow.
She's just telling it like it is.
God bless Charity catching strays, just sitting there. Just standing there like, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, so at this point, everybody tries to convince Kay that she needs to go home, but she continues to refuse. She tells Jessica, because Jessica's like, stay. You need to come home with me. Jessica says to Kay, like, you should come home and rest with us and everything. Just stop doing this to Mom. She says something like that. And Kay says, talking about Grace, she doesn't love me. She hates me. I can't put my unborn child through that stress anymore. I can't even take that negativity. She blames me for everything that goes wrong in her life, and I've had it. And yeah, you know what? If you feel that way, she feels very strongly about it. It's not good for her or the baby to be in an environment where she feels like she's like a problem, right?
And second-class citizen in her own house.
Yeah. So I agree with Kay there. And then they're like, well, if you're not going to come home, where are you going to stay? Where could, like...
The B&B.
Again, apparently it's booked. I don't know. I don't know. They don't even offer the B&B ever.
She's not a paying customer.
But Kay invites herself to stay at Tabitha's house.
Oh my God. Tabitha's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Kay's like, why not here with Tabitha? I can stay right here.
I don't like loud music, sweetheart.
Yeah. Obviously Grace and Sam are like, no, we don't want to impose on Tabitha. Remember, we already lived here when our house was being built. And she's like, well, I didn't live here. I stayed at Miguel.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you don't get to stay at Tabitha's coupon just because you didn't use it. Like,
right, exactly. Just because you didn't stay here before, you're like, well, now it's my turn to stay at Tabitha's.
Go stay with Pilar. That's your grandma. That's your mother-in-law, or like
true.
Grandma-in-law in the making.
Honestly,
yeah, where is Miguel?
With Antonio?
Oh, with Antonio, yeah. Well,
we
didn't see him, though.
No,
the last time I saw him, he was
in the waiting room.
The last time I saw him, he was at the hospital, though.
He's watching the Winter Olympics on NBC.
You know what's crazy is I have not been watching the Winter Olympics, and I'm a big fan of the Olympics, and I just don't have it in me this year.
I just remember when Passions would always be like, "Oh yeah, the Olympics are on later on tonight."
Yeah,
on NBC.
The Olympics are
also
on NBC.
buy Hidden Passions while we watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were happening until like 4 days ago, and I'm a big Olympic person.
I'm a big fan of you're hours ahead of us. You should have seen them coming before we did.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm a big fan of the Olympics, and I
jokes, people.
I couldn't bring myself to do it this year.
I did see a thing that was like, we could all just start calling ourselves Olympic hopefuls. There's no form you have to fill out.
I'm an Olympic hopeful. I hope to get to the Olympics.
I'm 4 awards away from an EGOT. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm only 4 awards away from an EGOT. That's so true. All right. So anyway, Kay, she invites herself to stay at Tabitha's house. Tabitha resists it. However, Kay takes her to a different room and pressures her.
She calls her an old crone. She's like, listen here, you old crone. You either let me stay or I tell him you're a witch. Tabitha basically admits that she's a witch. She didn't even rebut her. And I think it was just for the narrative. It's to make it easier that Tabitha and Kay are going to be an item or like a duo. Sorry, I keep making it more romantic than I intend to. But that they're going to unite. They're going to partner up. But yeah, she convinces her and she's like, I guess I could use some company after all.
Yeah, well, because what happens is Tabitha burps again or hiccups or something, and Kay catches one of the butterflies that time. And so, because at first, Tabitha was singing the tune of, well, you don't have any proof. You can't make me do anything. But then Kay catches the butterfly. She's like, well, what if I show them this? And it's like, I mean, it's a dead butterfly. And Tabitha's got a lot of weird shit around here. Maybe she has dead butterflies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like they would just find a way to explain it away.
Yeah, and at some point she mentioned something about these specific butterflies. You cannot find them in the winter. There's just no way. But that's, again, writer's plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could go to a weird pet store and probably get yourself some butterflies.
Yeah, you could. Maybe she's growing butterflies. People do that all the time for those little science experiments. But anyway, Tabitha comes back, reluctantly agrees to let Kay stay. And Grace and Sam are okay with this because they're like, well, if she refuses to come home, at least she's where we know where she is, and she's right next door. And I was like, great, this is great. Finally, get the fuck out of here. Go home. Go home, Roger. So everybody leaves except for obviously Tabitha and Kay. And so when everybody leaves, Tabitha asks Kay, so why didn't you show your parents that butterfly? And Kay says, well, the way they feel about me tonight, they wouldn't have listened. I'm going to wait until tomorrow when their heads are cleared, and I'm going to make them see the truth. Once they believe me about you being a witch, they'll believe me about David and Ivy trying to destroy their marriage. It'll kill mom to find out her precious John isn't her son, and I can't wait to see her suffering just the way I've been suffering. It's Passion's logic. It's like, they wouldn't believe me tonight, but tomorrow, if I show them this butterfly, they'll believe me. Okay, sure, whatever. And I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed that we have now linked these two things together, right? Like, if Tabitha's a witch, then David and Ivy are also working together. I hate that we've linked these two things together. They have nothing to do. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. It's very annoying. It's very annoying that we've linked them in this way. And Kay continues saying that, like, when we roll over the day, she's talking to Tabitha and she's like, yeah, I'm looking up ways to prove you're a witch. And so, okay. Anyway, she looks up some ways to prove that Tabitha's a witch. Oh wait, that's in the wrong place. Yeah, that's in the wrong place. Let's talk about what's going on at the Bennetts that night. So when everybody goes back to the Bennett home, Ivy is going to be staying in Kay's room, and Sam carries her up the stairs. This obviously upsets Grace. Sorry, Grace is upset by this obviously upsets Grace, and she tells David, you know, if it didn't make you a liar, I would like to believe Kay's story, that Ivy's blackmailing you into pretending that you're my husband, because you know what? Then I would be rid of Ivy.
But this is such a weird, like, how can you believe one and not the other? You don't know the man. It's what Kay has said. Absolutely what Kay has said.
It is. She just wants to believe that she was married to David, and she wants to believe that John is her son. Now, to be fair to Grace, if I had gotten a DNA test done by my best friend, and the DNA test said that this child was my son, it would be hard to believe that it was not the truth. However, if my teenage daughter comes to me and tells me, hey, actually, I heard Ivy and David talking about this, and I don't think any of this is real. Well, then we could just do a second DNA test.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to Castleton and not say anything to Ivy about it, not say anything to David about it. Mm-hmm. Just take John to Castleton United Healthcare Hospital or whatever, take him to a different place, go to Boston.
Just pull some hair out.
Yeah, and do the DNA test away from Harmony, because maybe something has gone wrong in Harmony. I don't know, but it seems like there's trouble afoot. Also, Grace does know that she doesn't know that Ivy is blackmailing Eve, obviously, but she does know Eve has a secret. So if Ivy's in the blackmailing game, right, then it would be easy for her to find out Eve's secret and use it against her, and particularly considering Eve's secret has to do with Julian Crane, right? The connections are there. Grace refuses to make them.
She doesn't want to. And then here's the other thing. If I'm Sam, I'm getting some of that John's locks of hair, and I'm going to do it myself.
Totally.
If I'm Sam, let me just double check. Let me check out. My daughter's been right before. Why don't I just go grab just a chunk of hair and go check it out myself? Because go to Maury.
And it wouldn't be hard for him to get his hands on that boy's DNA at all. Like he's always at their house drinking stuff. They're staying at the B&B. He could get his hands.
His hair is so long.
Yeah, his hair is so long. Just give him a brush. Like, hey, brush your hair.
Charity, I need you to do me a solid. Go over there and just pull a hair out.
Yeah. So, or just pretend like you're brushing his hair and then bring me the brush.
I think it's weird that like Grace.
Sam brushing his hair.
Yeah.
Like Marsha Brady.
Yes.
Exactly.
At nighttime before he goes.
Like Sam goes to John and says, you know, John, since you are my wife's son, I want us to get closer to each other. I want us to be closer. Could you sit down here in front of me and let me brush your hair?
Sit down. This is a thing we do at the Bennetts.
This is an initiation.
Gross.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
They pull down the baby books, and you go, here's a lock of Noah's hair. Here's we are starting your baby book now. Give me your hair.
Give me your hair. But honestly, truthfully, in all seriousness, they should just do a second DNA test without anybody's knowledge, right? Anybody who pretend like you think that they're telling the truth, just go along with it and say, you know what? Yeah. Kay got a bump on the head. I'm sure this is not real, blah, blah, blah. But secretly, you're still pulling that thread and you're still doing the investigation but you don't want these people to know that you're still investigating them. So you just try to throw them off the trail a little bit. Obviously Ivy would still find out and she would fix it in some way because that's just how passions works. But
at least we'd have another plot line.
Yeah.
Exactly. We'd have something new. It would be something new. It would be something different. I think I wouldn't mind that this happened this way as much if they decided to continue kind of investigating surreptitiously. Yeah. But they don't do that. Of course they don't. So yeah, Grace is upset that Ivy's staying in her house, as she should be.
Yeah.
As she should be.
Yeah.
So we turn over the morning. The next morning, Tabitha and Kay, they start their dynamic duo journey, and I love it. Kay wakes up, she's like, Tabitha, I want where's my breakfast? It's like, girl, this ain't Grace Bennett house over here. Yeah. This is Tabitha's house, and she's not making, tomato soup pancakes or whatever you want for breakfast. So, I have a clip 7. Tabitha and Kay. Because I'm liking seeing them together.
It's also nice to see Kay, doing something other than obsessing over Miguel.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like it.
It won't last long, but... It won't last long, but here we go.
Where's my breakfast?
Next door, where you should be.
Tabitha, I already told you. I'm not going home. I'm staying here with you.
I'm only letting you stay in my house so that you drop this absurd idea that I'm a witch and stop trumpeting it all over the world.
I know what I saw. You levitating. You had butterflies coming out of your ears and your mouth.
You fell in the snow, you hit your head, and it caused you to hallucinate.
Tabitha, I know what I saw. And I know what I want for breakfast. French toast.
If you want breakfast, get it yourself.
Tabitha, come on. All you have to do is just snap your fingers and make it appear. Oh, wait, do you wiggle your nose like the one on that old TV show?
I'd like to wiggle you right out of here.
Oh, we both know you're not going to do anything to me. You're just my sweet, kindly, innocent neighbor, right?
Wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you. Beware. If I am a witch, what's to stop me casting a spell on you and getting rid of you once and for all?
Yeah, fun stuff, huh? And I was gonna say, I love that Tabitha's like, yeah, if I am a witch, you need to chill out, right?
And it's funny, I love bringing her up, but I mean, Kay can do so much more. Just be like, I've already met a witch before. It's so plausible that you are a witch. I've dealt with one.
That's true. She's like,
Oh, true.
I know a witch named Hecuba. You know her?
I mean, just saying that, alone, and I wonder where she went. It scare her. She doesn't even know that Tabitha trapped her. So, it's just, there's so many things that she has. Well, she's found the fucking spell book up in the attic before. So, yeah. Kay has so much evidence to just be like, you're a witch.
Yeah. 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 But you would think that she would be a little more cautious about her. But basically what Kay says to Tabitha is you can't do anything to me because my parents know that I'm here. Everybody knows that I'm here. If anything happens to me, then that will prove that you are a witch. Yeah. Right? If I disappear, you got rid of me, kind of much like on the Traitors. Once you start telling people that you think somebody's a traitor and then you disappear, yeah, the suspicion then lies squarely at whoever you were accusing. Yeah. And so, Kay is smart.
I watched the final episode of Traitors, but that was it.
Season. I haven't watched any of it.
It's fun.
Yeah. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's the season finale. Can we go home and watch it? And I was like, okay. That's what we did.
Did y'all go on another date?
No, I didn't go on another date with him.
That's awful. I can't believe that's awful. God, the men, no offense, Eric, the men are not okay. They are not doing well.
So I don't think I would, listen, I love me some reality TV, but I don't think I would have, what date number was this?
So we had like met on New Year's Eve and like we did the midnight kiss thing or whatever.
Aww.
And so then he like followed up, you know, I just like dodged him for a while because I wasn't actually that interested in him, but whatever. And we're going to cut this, right? And yeah, then
I was going to leave it in. I can cut it out.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Yeah, so then I like went out for drinks with him one time. And then, yeah, like we were like out, we had dinner and then drinks. And then he was like, I really want to watch the season finale. And I was like, I don't even know what this show is, but okay. But now I have his BBC login, so.
Well,
there's jokes on him.
There you
there's
go.
that at least. You got something out of that.
Yeah, I don't think I would use that. No, I would not do that.
That's just like, and then he did want to like continue to go on dates. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
No, you made me watch the last episode of a show I had not seen.
Yeah, or heard of, you know? I'm just like, no.
What a jackass.
Y'all, and then he listens to this. What it would?
He won't listen to this. No.
There's simply no way. But yeah.
I picture him on a train with like his everybody hurts. Sometimes.
Yeah. Have you seen Arrested Development?
Man, I'm sorry, man. That's,
but yeah, no, fuck
do
him.
better.
Sorry.
Do better.
Yeah.
Forget him, please.
My friends were like, you should just give him another date. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No, why? Why would you give him
Wait till
another
next
date?
season at least.
You didn't
Start-
like him that much to begin. You didn't like him that much to begin with, and then he made you watch an episode of a show, like not just any episode, right? Like
the final, yeah.
Right. It would be one thing if it was like, oh, I really like this show. I'm trying to put you onto this show so that it's something that we can share together. Like, let's start it together. That would be fine with me. Making you watch the finale of a show you've never seen is absolutely diabolical. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like it just feels like a weird test. It just feels like a weird test.
You should have made him watch the series finale of Passions.
Totally.
Yes.
And used every minute to catch him up to everyone's storyline.
Passions with no context.
One eternity later.
I'm gonna try that on my next first date. I'm gonna be like, so yeah, you want to watch a show? This is Passions.
That ended 20 years ago.
Here's the finale. Yeah,
it's like a British dude. He's like, I've never even heard of this show.
There's a British lady in it. You'll love it.
Totally.
Yes.
You'll love it. So
this was a fun tangent.
It was. No, I love that. It stays. It stays. Just like the suck my dick. It stays.
Oh, God. Bless us. What a way to come back.
Totally. It's been a year, and here we are.
So anyway, yes, Tabitha tells her, or Kay tells her, you can't do anything to me, honey. My parents know where I am, and if anything happens to me, the suspicion will fall to you, and everybody will know you're a witch, basically, right? Tabitha then, Kay starts like looking up on Tabitha's internet. Right? She's on Tabitha's internet, I think on Tabitha's computer, looking up ways to find out if somebody's a witch. Yeah. Trying to find ways to prove if someone's a witch. And she found a test that says, tests performed hundreds of years ago on women to see whether or not they were witches. That's what it said. And then the test was, if a woman has a devil's mark disguised as a spot on her body, take a red hot needle and pierce it. If it bleeds or if she feels pain, she's a witch, which I thought was hilarious. I'm sorry, I thought it was so funny. Also, we get like a flashback of it happening to Tabitha, but I thought it was just so funny because that's like, yeah, we're all witches, which is exactly what the witch trials were, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like all of these tests that you were bound to fail, regardless. Like if you bleed when we stab you, you're a witch.
Yeah, there is a incredible Wired like Witches 101 that I watched a while back that was really good, like this expert on witches, and she talked about the tests, and she had to remind people, like, in these times they believed in divine intervention. So like they thought that if like God would never let this happen to a person that's pure of heart, or that their soul was not tainted. So that, and now you go back and again they were so much in belief that I'm like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. When they show that clip and the time it's like, I'm not going through that shit again. Like, it was such a great reaction. Yeah. But it's a great, I love that series. They get experts to come and talk about random things and stuff. So
okay.
Yeah, they talk about why the broom is associated with witches and things like that. It's really cool.
What's it called? It's a Wired
I think it's like
podcast?
Wired. They do a series like Witches 101. I bet you Witches 101, that expert will come out. She talks about all like witches in pop culture, and she talked about a lot of these demon books that were published at the time.
She talked about Tabitha?
I wish she did talk about Tabitha. She does talk about Hocus Pocus a little bit. She talks about the movie The Witch. That's like a really accurate representation of the time period and what they would be scared of, and goats associated with the devil. It's really impressive. But with that said, it was. There's your dramaturgy for today, people.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah,
appreciate it. So Tabitha starts to panic because Kay is on her internet, on her computer, looking up ways to prove that she, in fact, is a witch.
Yeah.
And so Tabitha runs to seek help from the boys in the basement. They are no help.
Yeah.
They tell her, we sent you a helper. So...
And she's like, well, maybe that helper can help me get rid of Kay.
Yeah. So
and at
I
one
have
point,
a clip.
Oh, cool. Go for it.
Yeah, I have the clip.
Awesome.
So, of course, that was I think that's probably going to be the name of this episode. The helper we sent is Kay Bennett, or Kay Bennett has been chosen as your helper, or something along those lines, because it was Kay Bennett is your helper, Tabitha. She's the one.
Listen, if I've ever needed your help, it's now. Kay is determined to expose me, and if she does, I'll be handcuffed, unable to wreak havoc in Harmony, unable to do anything anywhere for that matter. Oh, and everything was looking so promising. Sheridan and Louise are being torn apart again, and what's going to happen to Antonio is going to cause enormous pain for everyone. And then there's Charity and Miguel, there's Eve, TC and Liz, there's Whitney, Simone and Chad, Ethan, Teresa and Gwen.
Teresa.
Not to mention
Teresa, yeah.
Bringing him back to stir things up was a brilliant move on my part. And of course I have countless other goodies baking in the oven, but everything will fall apart if Kay outs me.
We are aware of that.
Well, then help me. You said you'd send me a helper, so send me one. I need one right now.
Your helper is already here.
Here? Where?
In your living room.
In my living room? But the only person in my living room is
Yes, the helper we sent is Kay Bennett.
Kay?
Yes, Tabitha? Called my name?
Must be some mistake. This can't be.
Tabitha, what are you talking about? I heard you call my name.
It can't be you. You can't be the one. It's a mistake.
Tabitha, what are you talking about?
No, Tabitha. There is no mistake. Kay Bennett has been chosen as your helper. She is the one.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Believe me, God has nothing whatsoever to do with this.
All right.
That is so
That's
satisfying
Yeah.
to have somebody actually see magic happening, to somebody actually seeing the boys in the basement. It is so satisfying.
Yeah.
They sound very much like the villains on Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I can see that. Yeah, so Kay now knows for sure that Tabitha's a witch and she's in cahoots with the boys in the basement. And
so back to the earlier conversation about Tabitha taking credit for things. I do think we are to understand that off-camera Tabitha is doing some of these things because she also takes credit for bringing Fox back into the fold. So I do think if we want to retcon things or just justify things, because I'm always trying to justify magic, she is doing some of these things, but we know Fox came back because Julian's not dead and he ran out of money. But
right. But
why did he run out of money?
I was about to say, but you know what? In Tabitha's defense, she was the one who sprinkled all the guns around town.
And the green fog.
Yeah, that somebody would kill Julian. So, in a way, it is her. She did bring Fox back in a very, very, very roundabout way. Yeah. On a cellular level. No.
I love some running jokes. I will say, it makes me laugh that Kay is actually, she has experience helping a witch. I mean, like, and she would get a really horrible letter of recommendation from Hecuba, which would be a glowing recommendation for Tabitha because she hates her so much. So it makes sense. And Kay needs evil shit to happen for her to get what she wants. It's just a win-win for both of them. Yeah. Tabitha's not seeing it right now.
Neither is Kay, honey. Kay is not convinced. In fact, she remembers all the things that happened when she made her deal with Hecuba. Yeah. And she's like, no way am I doing that again. That was awful. And so she
It's like so interesting that she used the essence of charity to get what she wants, but she doesn't want like other
she doesn't want
things.
The consequences. And the thing is, with the essence of charity, it was like it was already there. She had already done all the bad things. And then she happened upon the essence of charity, right? And so she's like, well, I might as well use this. It's already here. Now she has decided that she wants to, and only for 5 minutes. Like, this is not going to last. But now she has decided that this is too far for her. I've done this before. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I already made a deal with and literally sold my soul to some other witch. And look at how that turned out. My house got dragged to hell. I got dragged to hell. So
say your favorite units of measure.
Wait, what?
Your favorite units of measure with the birds that came to the house.
Oh yes, the murder of crows and the unkindness, a murder of crows and unkindness of ravens descended upon the house. Yeah. The walls were bleeding. I mean, all kinds of awful things happened when she made that deal with Hecuba. So she's like, I don't think I want to do that again.
Again, Tabitha never admits to being a witch. They just it's just there. It's there now because she heard the boys in the basement, and Tabitha's terrified. She's like, they say something like, "How dare you question our judgment?" And Tabitha's like, "Get on your knees, girl. Like, this is not the time to be, fighting back." They tell her it's your job to convince Kay. You need to bring her into the dark side.
Exactly. So Kay's like, I'm gonna go get my parents. I'm gonna tell my parents about all of this, and I'm gonna bring them back here to investigate the basement because that will prove that you are a witch, Tabitha. And Tabitha is like, you crazy girl. If you send your parents down to the basement, they'll never come out alive. But Kay is like, well, then I'll send Ivy and David.
And John. She also says she'll send John down there.
And John, yeah.
But it's funny, Kay at one point in the episodes does mention that Tabitha tried to send her down there at one point. So she was like, you were trying to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, it clicks to her. She's like, wait a minute. Is that why you were trying to send me to the basement to get that sleeping bag? You thought because nobody knew where I was, you could just kill me? Yeah. Yeah, bro, you're in a dangerous place. That's the thing about Kay. It's like we as viewers know that Tabitha is narratively harmless, right? Like she is comic relief for our show in general. However, in Passions Proper, like in Harmony, she really is a witch, and she really is like a dangerous lady with a lot of dangerous things in her house, right? Yeah. And you are in a very precarious situation, Kay. And I think she's coming to realize that.
Well, I laughed so hard because Kay basically is like, woe is me, look at all the shit that's happening to me. And even Tabitha's like, oh, it's all about Kay. She's like, oh, stop, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah, because at one point, Kay starts like kind of, I don't know, it's not exact. No, it's complaining. She's complaining, but she's like very sad. She's very soft about it. She's like, all I want is to get rid of these people that have been coming between me and my family and Miguel, and I'm going to go call them right now. I'll have them come over here right now, and they'll find out I wasn't lying, that I was telling the truth. And she says, I want them to see that I was right about you and I was telling the truth about David and Ivy. Again, I'm so annoyed that we're linking these two things together, but fine. But she's like, I just want to get my life back. And Tabitha's like, oh, cry me a river, babe. Let me break out my tiny violin.
Yeah.
But that's all I have for Magic this week. You have anything to add before we go into troubled marriages?
I'm just so happy to see this budding friendship, partnership. It's exciting. And it's so fun to see someone else in on the magic, because Tabitha doesn't have that anymore with Timmy gone. For us to have someone else to see this shit, through, like with us, is and it's new to it. She's new to this, or ish. She has experience,
but she has so much to learn.
Yes.
From Tabitha, and that's gonna be fun to watch.
A witch in training, Wheels.
Little Witch Academy.
Yeah, she's got a little Swiffer. Tabitha's got the broom. She's got a Roomba.
Tabitha doesn't go near a broom if she can help it. That's what she told us last week.
Oh. I love that.
So, yeah, y'all ready to go on to what's going on with Grace, Sam, and Ivy at the Bennett home?
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right. I think we can blast this pretty quickly. I have a couple of clips. So, over at the Bennett house... the next morning, we're gonna skip to the next morning. Grace is being Little Miss Homemaker, like she's making breakfast for Ivy and making a tray for her to have like breakfast in bed. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And Sam asks her the same thing. He's like, why are you making Ivy breakfast? And she's like, well, she is a guest in our home. Unwanted. You don't want her there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a kid, like stray cats. You don't feed the stray cats.
Yeah.
Right? If you want her gone, don't feed her.
House guests and fish.
Yeah. Don't. She's already overstayed her welcome. So, but anyway, but Grace is like, I don't know, she's putting on this act. And maybe it's not an act. Maybe this is who she is, but it feels very performative. It feels very performative to me that she's like making a show of like making a tray for Ivy. She's a guest in our home. And girl, whatever.
I feel like she's just an anxious baker. Like, I'm an anxious baker. I'm just like, la, 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 la. All of a sudden, I have, like, sourdough and brownies and, so.
Ooh, I'd like to be at your house. I would just be making you anxious all the time. It's like, did you read the news today, Kelly?
Like, here's some strudel.
By the way.
You want to see this season finale episode of Drag Race that you haven't watched?
Yeah, just be like, have you seen the AP's report about Iran today?
God.
And next thing I know, I've got a fresh loaf of sourdough bread.
Totally.
So maybe Grace is an anxious baker. So anyway, this leads to because a little argument between Grace and Sam, because they're always arguing because their marriage is over.
Yeah.
Time of death, 3 years ago. This marriage is over. Okay, yeah. I'm sick of this. They keep talking about how they're fighting for their marriage and they want each other. No, you don't. This marriage is done. So let's get into the first clip here for Sam and Grace.
Sam looks exactly like Ethan. Like Sam looks like Ethan's dad in these set of episodes.
They definitely did a good job casting Eric as Sam's son at this point. Like they definitely share more physical features than Sam did with Travis, James and Travis, the actors. But I also feel the same way about Grace and Kay. I think I said that last week. Grace and Kay look very much like they could be mother and daughter. Like Mwah, that's perfect casting. All right. Yeah, Grace and Sam are gonna argue. Let's see.
Look, Sam, Ivy wants you back.
Well, if you believe what Kay said is true about Ivy trying to tear us apart, then you're going to have to believe that David is part of it, too.
No, now that I don't believe.
Well, it would make sense. Our relationship was perfect till he came to town. Now it seems like we can't get through the day without arguing.
And are you saying that's my fault?
No, I'm saying it would be nice to believe that it isn't our fault. That there's some dark force out there that's trying to ruin what we have together.
Ivy.
Well, then if you believe that, then you're going to have to believe that David isn't your husband and John isn't your son.
No, John is my son. The DNA tests prove it. Sam, I love him. I couldn't bear to lose him.
You were going to say the same thing about David last night. That you couldn't stand to lose him. Is that what's going on here, Grace? Am I losing you to David?
Cut to.
Am I losing you, Grace?
I love you, Sam. There's just so many crazy things going on in our lives right now. I'm not certain of anything.
Even us?
I'll admit, I'm scared. Ivy wants you back. There's no doubt in my mind about that, and she will do whatever she has to get that. To tear apart our marriage. I think Ivy's working on her own, not with David.
Oh.
Now, look, I know you don't trust David. But for David to be involved in Ivy's scheme, he would have to lie to his own son about my being his mother. I mean, come on, he's not going to do that. He's not cruel. But Ivy, she will do anything she has to get what she wants. And she wants you.
Grace, no one can split us up unless we allow it. Not Ivy, not David. I want us to be happy. I want our marriage to be like it was. Our marriage is going through a test right now, but we have to remain strong. The most important thing is our marriage. But it starts with us. You and me. We have to come back together again, Grace. That's what I want.
Sam, that's all I want.
Then there's nothing standing in our way. That's all we have to do is make it happen.
Well, it would be a lot easier if Ivy weren't living in the house.
Grace, she's only been here one night, and I'm sure she'll be leaving today. I mean, the only reason why she stayed in the first place is because she had nowhere else to go. Anyway, I doubt if Ivy will be wanting to stay here any longer.
Huh.
I think you're wrong about that, Sam. I think Ivy would like to stay here forever with you.
Yeah, she says as much.
I will point out to people that she also, like, what we haven't talked about is Sam having to lift her up, scoop her up, take her upstairs.
Yeah, that's next.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean when she took her
like last night, the night before?
Yeah.
Or maybe
I took her upstairs. I didn't make a thing about it, but
I was gonna say, drive it home is that she's got this like carrying like this princess treatment, this knight in shining armor. Like that would, I'm Grace. I don't like this. She's
no.
Ivy
should not be here.
No,
Ivy should not be at their home. Period. Point blank. Period. Ivy should not be here. But
it's so weird.
It's ridiculous. She could be anywhere else but here.
If I were Grace, I would have been like, hey, since you got Kay coming in, why don't you let Ivy, you have a bedroom downstairs, she can sleep on that couch downstairs. There's nowhere up, all my bedrooms are upstairs.
Right, as long as we're taking over Tabitha's house, you might as well leave Ivy over there too.
And that is a sitcom.
Yeah,
Ivy and Tabitha.
You know, that music reminded me of Donkey Kong Country. Did you ever play that on like Super Nintendo? When like he like the underwater level where he's like riding around on like the like
dolphin,
the swordfish or whatever. Yeah, I was like, wow. And like the like little pearls come up. I'm like, dude, this. Yeah, it was crazy.
I want to hear LeTara's music that she was talking about. I want to
Kokomo.
The coconut mom.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be at my house doing Vectorworks for like 8 hours straight, just like playing that. Cracked out.
You made it sound like Buenos Aires.
And you can also like listen to all of what's new, Buenos Aires. I'm new. I want to say just a little stuff on you.
You'll be on me too.
It does kind of sound like Buenos Aires. Anyway, Sam and Grace, they're having this conversation, but
sorry.
No, it's okay. I want to talk about this clip. Sam asks Grace, says, "Am I losing you to David?" Right? Her response to him is to talk about Ivy, right? Like she doesn't really answer his question, right? She's just like, "Oh, well, I'll admit that I'm scared. Ivy wants you back." I wasn't talking about Ivy. I was talking about David. I asked you, Grace, about your feelings about David. Am I losing you to David? She doesn't. I think it's very important that we note she never answers him about that.
No.
And
she never does.
Instead, she deflects and turns everything onto, well, Ivy's trying to break up our marriage. David isn't trying to break up our marriage. Ivy is. But even if, let's say that Grace is right, even though we know she's wrong, but let's say that Grace is right and Ivy's trying to break up their marriage, David has nothing to do with it. Sam's question to her is still valid, right? Am I losing you to David? Yeah. Do you have feelings for, like, what's going on between you and David? And the fact that she is not answering that question is very telling.
Because Sam is adamant that Ivy is never coming in between them. Like, he always says that, I love you, I love our marriage, we need to fix this. She's the one that's got... Oh, that's something I wanted to mention. I know that there is a age difference between Ethan and John, but Ethan is never over here causing all this drama. Now, he's got his own drama. There's an age difference and stuff. But these two have embedded themselves into their lives, whereas Ivy gets a one-off every once in a while where she can manage to get Sam over there. Mm-hmm. And it's not Ethan that's calling. I mean, every once in a while, Ethan has called his dad for something.
Right.
But I know there's an age difference. John's probably, 18, 19, 20? He's got to be college years Noah's...
He has to be a minimum of 20 years old.
And we haven't met Noah, but Noah's way more mature than this young man is, like, when we meet Noah. So,
why is Grace so, in love with John when she has a son? She has Noah.
Yeah, you know what? They brought this up, last week, maybe. She brings up the fact that John and David showed up in her life around the same time that she lost that baby.
Yes.
True.
And I did kind of dismiss it last week, and I had to scrutinize some stuff within myself. I had to check myself. But she has, and I said this last week, but she has basically transferred all of her feelings and emotions about that miscarriage and about that baby onto John, because they showed up basically at the time where she was very emotionally raw about that occurrence. And
add that to the fact that she has no memories, there's a whole big point of her life that's gone. So this is a little bit of that back. Yeah. But then also it's lost time. It's like there is a 20-year-old person that I should have been a mom to. Yeah. And with Grace, the way she is, she's like, I need to fix this.
Yeah.
And fix this means doting over this child.
Yeah.
Even though
means bacon muffins.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. John has to be minimum 21 because he was drinking, and she let him drink at Thanksgiving. She gave him and she wouldn't let Kay have any wine because she wasn't of age.
Well, and he's got to be older than Noah.
He's got to be older than Noah. We don't know exactly how old Noah is, but we know that Kay. We do know that Kay is, she said herself, 18, almost 19. She's about to be 19. So that means Noah has to be at least a year older than her, right? So Noah is at minimum 20 years old, which means John had, this girl was just popping out baby after baby after baby. Grace just was popping baby after baby after baby out. Oof, yeesh. Because she had to be pregnant for years.
Yeah, yes. God bless her. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, she didn't actually give birth to John, but if that was part of it.
Kay, I mean, Jessica's got to be like a year or two younger.
Jessica's only like a year younger than Kay.
They're definitely of the family where it's like you can't spill the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rhythm.
Also, like, I was looking at their decor. There's like a lot of like American flag pillows and stuff. So like, ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Sorry. God bless America.
They can't spill the seed, so she had a bunch of babies.
Totally.
So, but to go back to what you were saying, Eric, about the comparison between Ethan and John, I think the difference is the reason why John is like here so much is because he's never had a mother. Like Ethan had a father and a mother. He just found out that Sam is his real father. So he while obviously Julian wasn't the greatest father figure, it's not like he has been longing to have a father his entire life. He had a father. He didn't have the greatest father, but he had a father. And I think that's the kind of the difference between him and John, and why John wants to be like up Grace's ass all the time. Which I can understand. I think I can give him that a little bit. You know, I can give him a little bit of a pass on that. But he's still very annoying. And so let's move on to what's going on with Rebecca and Ivy. So Ivy wakes up in Kay's bed. She had a miserable night's sleep because she's used to the most luxurious bedding. She's used to a great mattress. And so she's just like, ugh.
No less than 600 count sheets.
Yeah, she's just
100% polyester.
Yeah.
She's just
Where's
like,
my down pillow?
How can anybody sleep like this? How do people live like this? You know, and she's just had the worst night's sleep. So she calls Rebecca and they have a
her best friend.
Her best friend. They're besties. Listen,
I love
her. I would love to see, and I guess maybe I'll make this. I can make it on Canva. The Mean Girls like DVD cover, but it's Rebecca, Ivy, and Eve are like the three are the plastics. And who would be Katie?
Is it Grace?
Ugh.
I know.
Teresa?
She's a redhead.
Maybe Teresa.
Charity.
Maybe Grace. I feel like
they're
Grace
the housewives of
Harmony. The housewives of Harmony.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Eve's got a job.
But yeah, the three of them I feel like would be like the plastics.
The Mean Girls, yeah.
Rebecca's Karen. Obviously.
Yes, she is.
Obviously,
she can tell the weather with her
boobs.
Yes.
Obviously, Ivy is Regina George, and then that would make Eve Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works. That works for me.
You go Glen Coco.
But yeah, you go Glen Coco. 2 for Glen Coco. You go Glen Coco.
And none for Gretchen Wieners. And none for Eve Russell.
And none for Gretchen Wieners. So yeah, Rebecca. Ivy calls Rebecca mostly to get her to send over some of her clothes and some better bedding and some pillows. But they have a conversation where Rebecca tells her, "Oh, Ivy, you're not thinking about coming back to the mansion, are you? Because I've already taken over your room."
She's so funny.
We cut to her and she's sitting in Ivy's bed and she's like, "I've already taken your room." And Ivy takes it in stride. She goes, "You know what, Rebecca? It's yours. I'm never coming back to the mansion." I said, "Okay, girl." Miss Thing has manifested being in Sam's house, and that's where she's is and where she's going to stay. She says, "I'm never coming back to the mansion. I just called to have you tell Phyllis to pack up some decent sheets and some nice towels and pillows and my clothes and send them all over to Sam's." And then she says, "I'm going to make myself as comfortable here as possible. I don't intend to leave ever. She says, "I'm going to stay here with Sam." So, okay, girl. At this point, Sam comes to bring her breakfast. Ivy's naked in bed. something I can relate to. Now, she said that she was like, well, Teresa threw me out with nothing, so I didn't want to sleep in my clothes, so like I'm naked, right? Because he comes in and he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you would be nude.
Like boobs out.
Obviously she was covered up to her neck with her sheets or whatever, but it's still heavily implied, obviously, that she's naked. And so he kind of turns away. At this point, he's like, well, do you need Grace to come in here and help you get dressed?
Can you imagine helping? And she probably would.
Totally.
Oh,
she'd bring the bedpan.
Well, I was like, Jessica's a candy striper. Just
true.
Should do it. But also Jessica's a child. Like we shouldn't be putting that kind of label on her.
She needs to go.
Yeah, we shouldn't be putting that kind of label.
Charity's the nice. Charity, go help Mrs. Crane.
Yeah. Yeah. Call Gwen over here to help her.
And I still remember episodes where Ivy's like that freaky little girl with the premonitions.
Oh my gosh, she did it like last week. It was hilarious. No, because Charity went into a trance and everybody just followed her, and Ivy was like, "What the hell is going on here?" She was like, Sam's gonna thank me for taking him away from this madhouse.
Yeah,
like,
no shit. That is so funny.
But yeah, she tells Rebecca she's staying here with Sam. Sam comes in, she's naked. Sam like is scandalized by that and turns away. And then she says she can get dressed on her own, but she's gonna need help getting out of the bed. And so he puts down the tray and then he goes over to the bed to pick her naked ass up.
I know.
I was like, you turned away so you couldn't see her when she was covered in the sheets, but you don't mind going to pick her up naked and all. So anyway, he picks her up. They knock over the tray. They make a big mess. They fall over. Of course, Grace comes in and sees her naked and Sam basically on top of her. And she's like, what the hell is going on? And it is what it is. Yeah. So Sam goes to get something to clean up the mess. He's like, I'm going to go get this mess cleaned up. I'll be back. Grace takes the opportunity to try her best at being the mean girl. Like she tries. It's cute. It's adorable.
Wasn't cute when she cursed her though. That was not cute.
No, that was some real shit. Yeah. No, that was some real shit. And actually, I think we've talked about this before, but the curse worked. Look at Ivy. The curse worked. Yeah. Ivy's in that wheelchair. She's lost all her fortune. She's been kicked out of the mansion. She was kicked out into a blizzard.
Which, like, how does her like wheelchair work in the snow?
Well, okay. I'm gonna say this: when Sam brought her back, he carried her over the threshold, right? He carried her in, obviously because she couldn't get up the path because there's snow and it's a blizzard, right? However, when they went to Tabitha's house, she just rolled right in.
Totally. She rolled so fast into the Bennett's house, like when they returned back, that I was like, whoa.
She rolled right in. I was like, who shoveled the sidewalks? It's the middle of the night.
Thank you for bringing up the Grace and the Grace's curse, but if I'm Tabitha, I'm taking credit for that too.
Yeah.
I did that.
That was me. Really, it was the angel. Because the angel basically pushed Grace down the stairs. So.
Really? The angel pushed Grace down the stairs?
The angel girl said something
but she pushed her to the edge.
I was like, wait, I missed that episode.
Retcon.
She
missed that week.
She's like, something bad's going to happen, but I can't tell you what it is.
And she kept appearing to Grace at the mansion. And Grace was like at the top of the stairs. And she kept telling her like, oh yeah, something really bad's going to happen, Grace. Something really bad's going to happen. And then Grace like...
she heard the secret.
Here's the secret about Sam being Ethan's father, and she falls down the stairs. But yeah, I like to say that it was the angel's fault. So
she hasn't been back in a while. She'll come back.
Good.
No, I think she does come back.
Adult. They're like, what do we do now that she's an adult?
Yeah, she needs to stay her ass in hell. Can't stand her. You know what? I have a renewed like hate of that angel now because because I've been watching the early episodes again.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching the early episodes and again, and I was just like, God, this angel sucked so bad. She turned Grace into a raving lunatic and just wouldn't tell her anything, give her any information about anything. So, and she knew all about her sister, and she never said anything. She's just... I don't like that angel.
This makes me so happy.
That made me remember, like, when Tabitha was, like, pulling Charity through the sink or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Through the
Like, so why does Charity not know that Tabitha's a witch?
Charity doesn't remember that. Yeah, of course, the very easy explanation of Charity has amnesia, right? Like, Charity doesn't remember it. She basically doesn't remember anything before that fire. She remembers she remembers about her mom, but she doesn't even remember her because her mom told her she had powers and everything. She doesn't remember being told that, unfortunately.
Bummer.
I will say, as you're watching those early episodes, Charity's normal and it's really weird to watch.
Yeah,
she acts normal. She's happy. She's like running around the carnival and like loving being with her mom. She sees a cute guy. She's like, Harmony's pretty cool.
She's weird in a normal way at that point. Like, because she's still like a weird, like, no offense to homeschool people, but
I knew you were gonna say it.
But she's still like a weird homeschool kid, you know what I mean? But she's like normal for a homeschool kid. It's like when you meet somebody and there's something a little bit off about them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I was homeschooled," and you're like, "Ah, there it is." That's what it was. You know, nothing against it, you know, but
like the astrological.
Someone on the Discord's gonna be like, I'm homeschooled.
I was homeschooled, of course.
I was homeschooled, and I also went on a date with this girl. I'm not sure I had her watch the last episode of Trainers.
Also, yeah, I went on a date with someone, and I showed them the finale of Game of Thrones, and
she hasn't called me back.
Yeah. But anyway,
too nice.
No offense. I don't think homeschooling is weird, but people tend to have worse social skills when they have been homeschooled. I'll say that. So anyway,
that's the end of the podcast.
And
I'll see myself out. Okay. But yeah.
Definitive statement.
Grace. We need to talk about Grace. Grace tells Ivy. She takes this moment alone with Ivy to kind of like make a stand against Ivy and show her how strong and how firm she is. She's like, "It's not going to work, Ivy. I'm on to you. I mean, I know you want to break up my marriage with Sam, but you can't. You're going to be out of here today. Sam and I already discussed it earlier. Your plan, it backfired. Coming here, staying with us, oh Lord, this is a bad type job."
You probably thought everything was going as planned.
Staying with us, whatever. You probably thought everything was going as planned. Let's go with that. Because I don't know what these words are. It just says, "Us gungun to giwai." That's what my notes look like too. Sometimes when I'm typing, I'm just like...
I have it written down. You probably thought everything was going to plan. Sam and I will not be split apart.
Okay. Sam and I will not be split apart. Yes. So she says, "It's made us realize how important our marriage is, and we want to make it work. Sam and I are going to make it. You can't come between us. We won't let you." So Grace is talking a different language than she talks with Sam, right? Like, she was telling Sam, "Well, I'm just so worried about Ivy, and I just, I don't know. Of course, I was scared about our marriage." Now when she's talking to Ivy, though, she's like, "No, me and Sam I've made my choice. I'm going to stick with Sam." But that's not what she's telling Sam.
And that's the thing. Sam has made her secure, but not the other way around. That's why Sam is so hell-bent on getting David out of there. Like, he doesn't have any reassurance. He asked for it, and she was like, "No, Ivy sucks." And he's like, "Yeah, but we're good, right? Like, we're good? Yeah, I know, but Ivy sucks." So it's like, that's why Sam is the way he is. You're not giving him any reassurance that we're good.
Yeah. So Grace says all that, and then she says, "Is there a problem, Ivy?" Because she thinks that she's Regina George, but she's just that girl that follows Regina George around and like cut out her like boob holes in her t-shirts.
Yeah.
The one is like, Regina George bought flip flops and a camo t-shirt, so I bought flip flops and a camo t-shirt, or whatever she said.
Yeah.
That's who Grace really is. She's like, "Is there a problem, Ivy?" And Ivy goes, "I'm just a little confused." Which I thought was so funny. I love that Ivy does. She never lets Grace rattle her. No. She never lets her shake. She's so cool. She's cool as a cucumber. She's so cool with everything. She's like, she plays it so well. She's a psycho. Like,
yeah, there's nobody can really do that to her.
She's crazy.
She doesn't let Eve do it, and Eve knows all this shit. She doesn't let anybody do it.
The only person...
Teresa...
No, I was gonna say the only person who really does get under Ivy's skin is Teresa.
Yeah, I will say
Ivy
get under her
skin. Only
skin.
person who really gets under. I'm sorry, Teresa is really the only person who really gets under Ivy's skin and who can really kind of like. She bears her teeth at. I think Ivy shows her true self to Teresa, more so than she does to anybody else. Yeah, I think she shows her very true self to Teresa. And vice versa. I think Teresa also shows Ivy her true self a lot.
Rebecca and Ivy are pretty good at turning it off.
They do it on and off. I think with Rebecca, I think Ivy definitely shows Rebecca her true self, but I think she also does a lot of holding her cards close to her vest with Rebecca.
Yes, and then there's a history there. She knows. Yeah. They know each other so well that I love dissecting these people.
Yeah, I know. These are best friends, our fictional best friend.
Yeah, I know. It really does feel that way.
For me, it really feels like I'm just like gossiping about people.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you what Grace did.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, rattled Tabitha, rattled Grace does not. God bless me, Ivy does not get rattled.
It's one of those days.
Easily, like it's just not. I don't ever see her get rattled. Under the skin, that's Teresa. Yes, Teresa knows exactly what to do that.
Yeah. So Grace tells Ivy
because they're playing the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Grace tells Ivy basically, "I'm sure you are confused. You probably thought everything was going as planned. Well, let me disabuse you of that notion. Sam and I will not be split apart. You lost, Ivy." I love the phrase, "let me disabuse you of that notion." I used to use it in my classroom all the time. I used to say it.
I've never heard that saying.
I used to use it all the time. I used to say, "Let me disabuse you. Think that you are in charge of my classroom. Let me disabuse you of that notion." I used to use it all the time. You think that I am an idiot. You think it's written across my forehead. Let me disabuse you of that notion. I just love that phrase. I love it. So that's a new one for you, Kelly. You need to start using it.
Yeah,
it's
I'll start using over here.
I'm gonna give Grace that little one because that's such a good cunty line. Let me disabuse you of that notion. The reason I say it is because I had a teacher say it to me once, and I was just like, "That's great."
Like that.
respect the game.
I was like, "That's fantastic."
Copy paste. I'm stealing it.
I said that's going in my notebook. So let's talk about what's going on with David. He comes over after Grace has a conversation with Ivy. She then also has a conversation with David, which has a completely different tone because she thinks that David is a saint. She's like, she apologizes to him for all the accusations that Kay made against him and for even believing it a little bit. And
mind you, she does not know him.
She don't know this man. Doesn't remember him.
Yeah, and it's not like they've gone on dates to go like what do we remember? I mean, they've had like maybe one like, "Oh, you know, I was on a boat," and that, but those have been few and far between. She doesn't know this man. How can she not at least consider?
Mm-hmm.
I would have doubt at this point. Now that Kay is saying this is a weird ass fucking thing to make up.
The reason Grace, one of the reasons that Grace is refusing to have any doubt about this is because, one, she wants John to be her son.
Yes.
And two, she wants David to have been her husband. She wants him. She loves him.
Yes, she does. She does.
And she wants him.
You think she loves him more than Sam?
I think it's new.
That's what it is. It is. I think it's also. I've said this before, and it's been a long time, but here we are. This is what we do on these soap operas: is we revisit the same old. But it is. Sam always had the love of his life. Ivy's always in the mix. There's always this story about the two of them, and now she's got one. And I think it gives her that. It gives a little. She gets to give a little bit of that back to Sam, and I think it's. I think if they went to couples counseling, I'm not a psychiatrist, but like I think somebody would be like, I think you enjoy that there's a man there in the wings waiting for you.
I think
because
that's definitely...
Ivy is that woman in the wings waiting for Sam.
I think that's definitely part of it. She definitely likes that someone's there pining away for her. I also think she likes the novelty of it. I think that she likes that he's new and different and exciting, and who doesn't like attention? Back when I used to have my dating profiles, on one of them, one of the prompts was like, "What do you want?" And I literally just wrote attention because that's what I wanted. I'm here for the attention because I really was for a while. Like I'm just here for the attention. Yeah. So Grace wants to be with David. That's obvious.
She likes the way he says her name.
Grace.
Saint Grace.
I love you, Grace.
Grace. Grace.
Crikey.
I just think he's like a unshowered, always wearing a leather jacket version of
dirty.
Sam. Like I'm just like
he looks dingy.
Yeah.
He looks dingy. Like
he looks like Kid Rock.
A white shirt that you can't get washed. Well, he don't look as bad as Kid Rock. Kid Rock looks really bad.
Yeah, but like he's approaching. He's like a soap opera version of Kid Rock.
Okay, I don't know that I agree, but
their hair is the same, like the same Grace
rough
level.
comparison. But yeah, he does look dingy to me. He definitely doesn't ever look clean enough, and looks a little disheveled. He looks like he smells like cigarettes.
Totally. Like he could sing a duet with Sheryl Crow.
Like Kid Rock. He looks like he smells like cigarettes. Yeah. So
he put Grace's picture away, you know?
See, how's that song go? I don't even remember how that song goes anymore. I put your picture away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would sing it, but I can't remember how it goes. And that's for the best.
6 long years.
That's for the best.
I put your picture away.
I remember that song. Oh my god! And I hated it, to be honest.
They played it a lot.
So much.
They played it a lot.
So much. But I wonder if he did
Saw
that
you
on
last
that
night
terrible,
at the hotel. Something like that.
Well, if he did that, that means Cheryl joined.
I'm from Texas.
Well, they could just have her on the backing track, right?
True.
And do like a hologram or something. If he had done that at their
Truth Social or whatever.
At their racist Super Bowl halftime show or whatever.
Yeah, I put your picture away.
Eric's still trying to figure out how the song
I know, it's going to kill me now. And I don't want to
Something I changed my ways. I can't remember either.
Well, I will
6 damn years.
Because I'm not going to go find it. I'm not going to listen to
No, we're good.
Screaming it.
Clip that.
I'll never know how that song goes. Yeah, imagine I just right now just say, you know what? Now it's for the Kid Rock portion.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God. No.
Now we need to make a Bad Bunny reference. I'll figure it out. I'll find it later.
Oh, we can figure that one out. Especially
Rebecca's a bad
we can
Bunny.
definitely get a Bad Bunny reference in once we start talking about like Pilar and Luis and and Teresa
and Rebecca, we can get a Bad Bunny reference in.
Yeah. So anyway, not Sam. What's this one? What's his name?
David.
Grace.
David and Grace have this conversation. She apologizes to him. They discuss Ivy. She tells David that she and Sam have decided that they want to work out their marriage. So she does tell him, like, I've decided that I'm going to stay with my husband. And he tells her, well, I just want you to be happy, Grace. The lie detector determined.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Like, you do not care if she's happy. You want her to be with you. He said, I love you and I want you back, but it's your decision. You're right. Grace then considers if maybe Kay was telling the truth. She's like, I've been thinking, what if Kay was telling the truth, but like 50%? Like Ivy is working with somebody, but it's not you. Who would it be, Grace?
How can she consider that 50%, but not the other 50%, which is that David is part of this? And he has not defended himself. That whole night, Ivy defended herself and was like, do you understand how preposterous this is? He never speaks, just like Eve. How are you not? Yeah.
Up to this point, he still has not said to her, that was crazy. Like, I definitely...
Yeah, that's stupid.
He still hasn't said to her, like, I just want to make sure you know, like, I
would never do that.
I would never do that. Like, to this point, he still has not spoken up for himself. But yeah.
That's because I kind of think he's secretly a good dude. Because he does truly have feelings for her, and I feel like he actually has a guilty conscience versus Ivy.
He does have a guilty conscience. I don't know that I would call him a good dude, but I do think he has a guilty conscience.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
More so than Ivy, obviously.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I guess step up from sociopath.
Exactly. He's not quite a psycho like she is, but he's close. He's the instrument of a psycho.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Grace tells him her suspicion that maybe Kay did hear Ivy talking to somebody in the park that day, but it just wasn't you, David. Girl, who the fuck would it be? Who would it be? And Sam keeps saying this to her. Like, Grace. he keeps saying this. He's like, Grace, if you believe that Ivy is trying to break up our marriage, it would make sense that David is working with her. He showed up out of the complete blue, and we were having no problems until he showed up. Yeah. None whatsoever. Also, Ivy always has information about what's going on in their home. Always. How does Ivy know?
Yeah.
Like last week, Ivy said to Grace, from what I hear, Sam sleeps on the couch. Grace goes, how would you know that? And Ivy says it's a small town, people talk.
But you're not part of this small town. You're an elitist. You are not.
Who are you talking to in this small town, girl?
Yeah, and it ain't Pilar anymore. Pilar's not your friend anymore.
Yeah.
So
R.I.P.
Eve doesn't like you. Who would?
I loved that friendship.
I did too. Until I re-examined it. This podcast ruined it.
It was all. I'm sorry. I was never on board.
No, I'm okay.
Never on board.
Yeah.
Like, No,
yeah, I liked that they just, I don't know. I liked it for a time.
I did too.
It was just
there was a time that love.
But all this racist shit that she did this last few weeks. True. I mean, like that means that shit was underneath her all the time.
It was always, and it was always there. It was always there. So, yeah, that relationship, Pilar and Ivy, for me, I was just like, no, it was always very one-sided. And Ivy, like I said, that's always been there. She was calling Teresa the housekeeper's daughter, and she wasn't even, and it wasn't even that she was calling her that as like a jab or anything. It was just very matter of fact. So it was like, no. If that's how you look at people, I already know that, like, Pilar is the housekeeper. You can't be best friends with her.
Well, she always, like, Teresa's a lovely girl for everybody else but Ethan. Ethan deserved better. So.
Yeah. So, anyway. Go for it, Kelly.
Oh, I just have a crazy story. It's not podcast appropriate, but it has to do with, like, class and this one girl, like, basically saying, like, well, I deserve better because of my class. That was like a direct quote in a conversation that she had with me, and I was just like, well, what am I, like chopped liver, or like what's going on?
Wait a minute.
Not in your life anymore.
Expand, please. I need to know more about this.
So I was at school, and this like recently, like in London.
Wow.
And there's two other American girls that are in my school, and they're like very, very wealthy. Because basically, if you don't have a lot of money, you probably can't go to this school. But I don't have a lot of money. I just need that to be known. So she was like, I just like can't meet men. I was like, oh, like it's actually interesting because in London, I find that like men will approach me in like pubs and stuff. And I've gone on a couple dates with them, and they're like really nice guys, like good conversations, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, I just think my standards are high. And I was like, okay, like, and mine aren't. Like, and she's like, and mine deserve to be because of my class. And me and like other girls at the school were just like jaw drop. We were like,
is her name Rebecca Hotchkiss? I mean, like,
right.
No, her name is Reagan, and I think her dad definitely.
Did you let her know that you do a podcast?
No. I just think she's from the South, and I think her dad is like oil buddies. You know what I mean? I'm just like, where do you get your money? Because she rides a black cab to school every day.
Oh, well.
Beyond the gate.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, that
Anyway.
is crazy. No, that is crazy that she's like, no, I deserve better because of my class. Girl, what class is that?
I know. I was like, am I like in... Are we on the Titanic? Like, am I going down or?
And what kills me about that is like the two of you are sitting in the same room. So what class is it, babe? You and I are in the exact same place.
True.
What's your class?
I just wear sweatpants sometimes, and she always wears like very nice outfits.
Like, what a bold thing to say.
Ask her when her
Did you want me to cut that out?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
No, it's up to you because I could leave it. I love leaving stuff like that in. So
people will be like,
tell me,
they'll like Google where I go to school, and they'll be like, we found her, because it's like a very small, very small school.
Well, I sound like you want me to leave it in, so.
Put her phone number in there too. What is it?
Right. Her you got her social security number?
Totally.
So anyway, let's talk about what's going on with Ivy and Sam. Ivy and Sam have a conversation where Ivy asks Sam, do you feel the same way that Grace does? Do you think that I'm trying to break y'all up? And Sam says, no, you said that you were over that, and I believe you. You stupid. That's dumb. Look at, she's doing everything she can to be in your graces, like in your presence anytime she can. Like, obviously, she's still trying to break y'all up. Hello. Anyway, Ivy says, well, thank you for trusting me, Sam. And Sam says, well, I just hope you're being honest, Ivy, because my marriage means everything to me. And then Sam and Grace later have another conversation. I think this is the last clip I have for this, and then we'll basically be done with this half. So.
Nice flowers.
Yeah.
Grace, is something wrong?
No.
Come on, you can talk to me about it, right?
I want Ivy out of here. I don't want her in my house one more day. Seeing her in your arms, seeing you carrying her from her bed, I don't like it. I know she's up to something.
Grace, we've been over this. If you believe what Kay said last night, then you believe that David is working with Ivy. Now, if you believe that, I will go in there and I will tear him to pieces. And I will push Ivy out in the snow myself.
Mm-hmm. I will take care of Ivy.
How?
But, I just don't think that David is involved in this.
Oh, yes, of course. You couldn't possibly believe that dear old David could be involved.
Look, I think that Kay did overhear Ivy talking to someone, but that it wasn't David.
Grace, why do you keep defending
this? Just hear me out. I mean, the DNA test proved that John is my son. That means David is for real. He is not lying. But I think that Ivy might be working with somebody else.
Well, if you believe that, I will take care of them. You better believe that. Because I will never, ever let anyone get away with trying to destroy our marriage. Not Ivy, not David, not anyone.
Sam and Grace are getting closer. They want to save their marriage.
I know.
But we can't let that happen.
Okay, little reality check, Ivy. Right now, their Bonnie is the least of our worries. We have a much bigger problem. Kay. She's onto us.
I could care less about her.
What we're up to.
That was taken care of last night, David. Kay is a non-factor.
Last night, we got a reprieve. Believe me, she'll be right back at it again today. Mark my words.
So what? Who's gonna believe her? She got that bump on her fat head. Everybody thinks she's
Okay, maybe right now, but soon, believe me, they're gonna stop believing.
David. She was going on and on and on about Tabitha being a witch. If that's not the ravings of a lunatic, then...
Are you seriously trying to tell me that you think Kay's finished with us? That you're just gonna let this whole thing go?
I don't care.
Okay, Kay knows the truth, and she's not going to stop until she's convinced everyone.
Yes, well, no one is going to take her word for it.
So she'll get some proof. And believe me, it won't have to be rock solid.
What do you mean?
I mean that Grace is starting to wonder if Kay is not telling the truth. At least as far as you being up to something.
I can handle Grace.
Okay, look, my advice is just don't even try. All right? Just leave, Ivy. Leave before Grace does get some proof, because if she finds out what you're up to, you're dead.
Well, that's not going to happen because there is no proof.
Don't be so sure.
David, before anyone believes Kay about you and me working together, she's going to have to convince them that Tabitha, the old lady next door, is a witch. Kind of impossible.
I'm telling you, that girl is determined. She's the kind of girl who'll stop at nothing to get what she wants.
Well, I know what that's like. So she's one of us. A woman who'll stop at nothing to get the man she loves.
Okay. So
you know what that reminded me of?
What?
Have you ever seen My Best Friend's Wedding?
Yes, of course.
Where like Rupert Everett is talking to Julia Roberts like after the I Say a Little Prayer for You song, and he's like, yeah, just like let it go. Like that just reminded me of the evil version of that conversation.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Julia Roberts is the villain in that movie, so
100%.
So I think they're similar conversations. Yeah. So yeah, Sam is telling Grace, listen, if you believe what Kay says is true, then let's go in there and let's deal with this or whatever. But she's like, no, but David can't have anything to do with it. We're going to keep doing that for a while. I loved that conversation between Ivy and David, though.
Yeah.
What were we going to say?
I was going to say two things. One, Grace, to think that you can take on Ivy even in her state is not true. I think Ivy kick your ass.
Well, you know what I thought about? Ivy doesn't have to devote any like brain energy to like walking, right? Like all that brain energy. She's got like extra brain energy. You know what I mean?
Brain energy.
She's using it to become like a mastermind, and yeah, she can't. Grace cannot compete where she does not compare, right?
Yeah.
Like she just.
With that said, I appreciate that Ivy recognizes that Kay is one of us. She said she is one of us. She is.
That's why I clipped
woman
that.
Who is determined, and I get it. She's a Teresa. She is on their level.
She's one of us.
People are gonna just keep doing what they got to do to get what they want.
One of us.
Yeah, that's how I.
Was. Yeah. So at this point, Kay calls saying, "Everyone, I want everybody to come back over to Tabitha's house so I can clear some things up." And that's where we end it for the week. They go over to Tabitha's house. We get nowhere this week on that. But basically, as we said in Magic, she is planning to expose Tabitha's basement or whatever. But we'll see what happens next week. Okay. So that's it for this week, y'all. Eric, where can people find you?
Get me on the Discord. I hope y'all are on the Discord. And I've been on a couple of the TikTok lives that you've been doing, which is fun because people are like, "Is that Eric?" And I'm like, "Oh,
you're
hi,
celebrity.
Hello, yeah." And it's cool. It's fun to interact with people, and you've gotten quite a few people in the room these last few times. That's been really exciting.
We're getting started. It would be nice if I could get a lot of people coming in, a lot of people gifting. That would be very helpful. Eric, you have been a top gifter. I appreciate it. Maria was like gifting.
I
was like, y'all, listen, you're already on the Patreon, please. I appreciate it. But...
I like kind of figuring it out. Like, it's fun. I mean, and I've gotten on other people's lives. There's a couple people who I'll get in there and I'm like, oh, they're funny, or like, I like the way they say my name. Yeah. So yeah. But with that said, yes, get on the Discord, y'all. It's so fun to talk with people, and like we talk about our lives and send random. I did clip a very specific thing that Rebecca said about Grace tomato soup cake, and I threw that in there
that was
right
funny.
Away. Because she was just funny. Like, anybody who can eat that shit is crazy, so don't fuck with it.
Yeah, she says, watch out for Grace, because anybody who can make other people eat a tomato soup cake has a very strong will. That's what she said. Yeah. Kelly, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Kelly Mustard Seed. I'm always commenting on your videos.
when I post them.
Yeah. Or the Discord.
Yeah, and
but
so,
like a while. Like I always am like reading things that you guys post at like 8 in the morning, and I'm like la 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 la, and then like I get like posts, like 5 hours later responding to me.
Like,
and pick the right Kelly. There are several Kellys in there.
True.
We've got 2 Kellys, right?
Yes, 2 Kellys.
I say
I'm a Kelly with a Y.
That's exactly what I say. I say Kelly with a Y and Kelly with an EY. EY is like how I remember, but all right. And yes, you can find me on the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you want to go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast and sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. You do not get access to the Discord with the free tier right now, but Andrew, who was one of the Almighty Cranes, he sent me like a thing on how I can like set up specific tiered things in the Discord. Y'all know I barely know how to use Discord.
Hey.
But he sent it to me, so I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out a way where we can have like specific boards where like some of the free members can be on the Discord too. So
nice.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And come and join me on the TikTok live. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. That way, I'm trying to monetize the channel. That's the whole reason I've been doing the TikTok lives, because I have like 17,000 or something followers on TikTok. I'm trying to convert some of those people into YouTube subscribers. Please, so that I can monetize the YouTube channel.
She's not trying to send you to the basement. She just wants you to go to YouTube.
I'm not trying to send you to the basement. I promise. Just click the link. Just click the link in my bio, please. So with that, you are my passion for life.